What is happening, everybody? We are here on a special day, for it is the trade deadline 2026. And as is tradition, my name is Nick Pollock, and next to me is Paul Sporer. We're here to cover everything. Paul, are you excited about this deadline? We've seen so much already. We're going to have a boring 2 hours, aren't we?
I mean, that's what Justin was saying too. Justin Mason's like, well, they're not going to have any deals for you and Nick. We'll see. There's still tons of names that are very tradable that, people have been rumoring about. Apparently, I think there was a tweet that just came by that said the Astros are confident they'll still get a lefty. Will they get Detmers now that thing fell through with the Cubs? So it looks like it's going to be a good deadline. I mean, it has been already. Even if we didn't get anything from here forward, it's already been good. I just hope that we get some stuff that you and I can sink our teeth into fresh.
Absolutely. And, what's really fun for me is understanding where guys are going and not necessarily actually the guy replacing them, because let's be honest, this year it's nothing. It's like nothing exciting.
Right.
But some of these guys are going to really good fits. And the first one I want to talk about is Kevin Gausman to the Cubs. I was very fortunate. I don't know why, but Canada called me twice on Friday, 2 different radio stations.
Oh,
to
sweet.
Come on and talk about the Blue Jays. And both times I'm like, Kevin Gausman, I think he's going to be the one that moves. And I think the Cubs would be the perfect fit because he's a guy who has a low walk rate and relies a lot on strikes with the 4-seamer. That means great defenses will do wonders for him. And that's when he blows up, when the balls just don't go his way. Fewer of them will go against him now with the Cubs. I love this deal. Are you going to be pushing up Kevin Gausman in your rankings because he's with the Cubs now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a good situation to get, first off that turf. Remember, we saw that affect him a lot with his BABIP this first 2 years. He did figure it out for 2 years, though, too. So maybe Soriano won't have those instant troubles with the BABIP on the turf. But it was something that definitely was affecting him again this year. The BABIP had gone back up on Gausman. That was one of the biggest statistical differences that we'd seen for his kind of mid-4s ERA. I think this is still a mid to high 3s ERA pitcher. They need arms, and they need guys that could go out and give 5-6 consistently and not tax that bullpen as they kind of wade through all their injuries to Chicago. I really like the Gausman deal for them for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then we also got Dustin May going to the Brewers. Oh my gosh, I love this one as well. I mean, it will mean likely that Dustin May could be going more 5 and change than necessarily 6 or even 7, as the Cardinals felt like, you know what? Let him go out there. They consistently do that. However, what is one thing that the Brewers certainly love, would you say, about their starting pitchers? One pitch type that you think a lot of them love?
Nick, don't quiz me on things. I'm stupid. You have to remember that.
Okay. Chad Patrick has one. Brandon Woodruff has one.
Are you just talking about sinkers?
No!
Oh, see, I don't know, and I don't like being quizzed.
That's my favorite thing.
I don't go to school anymore, Nick.
What's my favorite thing, Spore?
Me, I think.
Oh, dang,
that's what I've been led to believe.
Second favorite here, cutters. And Dustin May's cutter has taken leaps and bounds this year. And what do you know? The Brewers are going to be like, yeah, that is dope. Throw more of that.
I like that they're going to get him, right? Because we like when they get anybody. But is he going to start missing any bats? I've still been very skeptical about everything this year because how significantly different is it from the other May's arrived moments that we've had in the past? Because we see him bomb out still like every 3rd, 4th start. When he's on, he looks great again. The home run rate has been brilliant. Love that.
Yes.
But what am I missing that's like, is that cutter going to be enough in the hands of Milwaukee to jump him a level? We're not even talking about a 10% swinging strike rate unless you round up kindly on a 9.6.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Really, the last piece of the puzzle is the sweeper actually doing things to right-handers. But really, as long as you have a foundation, right, you can also get the 4-seamer upstairs as well. That's a big deal. However, I got to move on already because we have a new trade, Spore. We have a trade with the Blue Jays and the Astros. Dalton Varsho is going from the Jays to the Astros. But here's the fun part. The Astros get another interesting back. The Pasta Pirate himself, Spencer Arrighetti.
They did this when they got, this feels like the kind of like the Jake Bloss deal. Yes, exactly.
Right.
Maybe when I saw that they were getting a lefty, maybe it was left-handed bat. I was reading that tweet quickly when I said that the Astros were going to get a lefty. Maybe this is that lefty. Maybe they meant lefty hitter. Varsho's, listen, they've needed outfield now for quite some time. The guys that they've been running out there, Nick, as somebody that you don't cover hitters that well, I could trick you, and I could do congressman or outfielder for the Astros, and you'd have no idea.
No idea.
I guarantee it. You don't know who Zach Cole is, right? You might know Taylor Trammell. He's like an old prospect. Lucas Spence.
Rockies?
No, he's an Astro.
No, before.
Oh no, that's Zach Veen. I think you're thinking of. Maybe Zach Cole was in their industry or in their farm system. I do not know.
Oh, so
But
close.
no, he's been Houston all the way. So
Oh,
they've
no.
needed something. Varsho's defense is a lock, so that's kind of the floor that they're going to get.
Yeah.
Left-handed bat, they definitely need solid move here. And then as far as Arrighetti, nice little pickup for the Jays to get another live arm here.
Yeah, definitely. And they're obviously getting rid of Gosman. They got Tyone already, which I always loved, by the way. I think Tyone, I know that it's really easy to look at the xERA or just kind of surface level numbers this year and say like, oh, Tyone's not really as productive as you'd want him to be. He is a much better pitcher than I think the Lions have shown. His command is really good. He's throwing tons of strikes. He's giving an opportunity for the Jays to get through games without destroying their arms. And that makes all the sense for them to add him. And really it was about cool. Who is going after this? Because Jake Bloss isn't ready. Ricky Tiedemann's only pitched like 20 pitches or so in the minors thus far as a reliever. So it's been a big question. Simeon Woods Richardson, I was wondering if he would get an opportunity here. And Spencer Arrighetti seems like, okay, cool. Here's an opportunity for you to go get your innings, go figure out how to not throw just curveballs and four-seamers.
Mix it up more.
You have so many pitches.
How do you feel about
Pete? You don't need to go 80% four-seamer curveball, Arrighetti.
How do you feel about Pete Walker as their pitching coach? Can he get the most out of somebody like this? Okay.
No thoughts, because I would never have guessed that name after 20 million times. I don't actually follow pitching coaches much, guys. I just see the output, and even the output isn't necessarily due to the pitching coach. It's a very weird thing, and it's not a good it's not enough of a sample size to really understand a ton about pitching coaches. There are some exceptions, but
I do agree.
How we treated the Giants in the past or the Guardians in the past, maybe the Mariners, et cetera, et cetera. It's always dependent on who is there and who's performing.
And it really starts from the bottom up too. Like, what's their organization like if they've been going through that? One quick thing on the Jays before we move, unless you get another trade. What about Soriano going there? Our colleague and friend Joe Rico absolutely despises the move, and me as a Soriano fan, I was trying to sell him on the positivity there, but he hates it.
So what's so funny is I put out a tweet, Sporer, about this, where it was, are the Jays acquiring, like assembling the Triforce of guys who have dope or like pieces, right? Poor execution, awesome stuff of like Cease and Soriano, and now they got to go get Taj Bradley. And I forgot about Trey Savage.
Yes, they have another one right there with you, Savage. So that's like their motto now. They're like, listen, we got this amazing stuff. Can we figure out the execution? Maybe they trust Pete Walker.
I'm not a big Soriano fan. I really feel like
I know
you take out April and he's just the same thing as last year. And we see that all the time from guys where they go on a hot stretch and then that's not who they are. It's why we have a thing called the Vargas rule. When a guy is in rhythm, it's not because he's different. It's because he has this moment, right?
And going back to pitching coaches, a lot of us wanted to ascribe Mike Maddox with some credit there. He got them fixed. We knew he was going to go out there. And I was someone who's singing the praises of Mike Maddox going to LA. So I'm not throwing stones at anybody. I was definitely part of that. I'm like, dang, maybe he did get something clicking. And it turns out it was just a hot run. Because like you said, now Soriano has just been himself. You look at this year in the aggregate, the ERA is lower, but you look at all the indicators, all the underlying numbers, he's just himself. But is that guy not still compelling? I know you're kind of out, but is there not a foundation there with a big heater, some swing and miss, great ground ball and home run suppression? Is there any workability here?
So Sporer, so here's the thing. If you told me that a pitcher is going to Toronto, who has been known to fluctuate, to be like really good or really bad, and kind of like settle into a certain mark by the end of the year that's generally productive, but like it'll be like a 3.75 ERA and like a 123 WHIP.
Yeah,
I would have said, oh, you're talking about Jose Barrios.
Yeah. So one Jose for another.
That
has value in baseball, though. Maybe it doesn't have as much value on the fantasy landscape, but that has real life value.
Well, exactly. That's kind of what I'm getting at, is you are getting innings from Soriano here, and it's not out of the question that Soriano figures out how to throw his four-seam for strikes all the time.
Right.
And is able to have that high CSW curveball all the time. And same thing with, of course, the sinker establishing everything. Like, that is in the realm of possibility. But I am going to continue to say he is not any different until I really believe he can do that for more than just 1 month in April.
I think that's totally fair to be skeptical of like what we got. And, they did pay a pretty big return, which I know was part of Joe's issue with the deal as well.
Well, speaking of big returns, I mean, we're going to talk about trade in just a second. Before I do, I want to remind everybody, we are right now live on Twitter and X. I'm just kidding. Twitter, and then also Twitch and on YouTube. So figure out which one you guys want to go to. Okay. If you're not getting chat at one place,
the world is your oyster.
Place. Twitch.tv/PitcherList, YouTube.com/PitcherList, all the places. So great to see. I'm seeing a mix of both YouTube and Twitch, whatever. You guys, just hang out. We love your comments. Keep making them. This is great. Adley Rutschman to the Red Sox. I have a very close Orioles fan who's really upset about it just because it's a showcase of a prospect that was supposed to be the guy, and everything is just another failure of
You have a close
Baltimore.
Red Sox fan.
And then everyone else outside my friend is like, this is the worst trade of 30 years by the Red Sox, which, by the way, includes last year's Dustin May
for
trade.
Tibbs. Yes, exactly. I think it's a good return for Baltimore. I don't think it's like the worst trade in 30 years. I don't know, man. I am a little bit off the overwhelming prospect hugging of our current era. I think it's certainly gone too far. As often happens with things, the over-indexing is here. Like, we just go way too far with it. So think of all the high upside for all these guys for 6 years. We do the war per dollars, and it's worth this much. It's a good haul. I'm not saying it's not. I think that it should be, though, for a legit catcher for over a year who still has a ton of upside. Right. And there is value to that, right? I know we can slough it off, especially in the like war per dollar sort of world of like, well, how do you quantify that? It's hard to. I understand that. But he is a bona fide one, right? Nobody questions that when you say Adley Rutschman is a leader. So if they want to put value on that too, as a team that is pushing forward, trying to get to that next level, even though he doesn't have a ton of playoff experience, he is one of those guys that is a steady force that can help lead a clubhouse too. So if he can stay healthy, and that's the biggest if for Adley, but a healthy Adley is a plus catcher offensively and defensively for a year plus here for prospects. And there are some good prospects, but they're not all going to hit, folks. They never do.
Right. And here's the thing too. I cannot wait for Adley Rutschman to become buddy with Peyton Tolley. And of course, Connolly early. Oh, wait. I'm so sad that connection didn't happen. That just sounds like such a good pairing. And
I agree. And listen, I think that's part of it too, is that folks are pretty mad at that deal, which I also think was pretty.
I mean, that made sense.
That one made a ton of sense. And I know losing early is tough because there's a lot of excitement around him. I shared in that excitement. That one I think is very much more like that's win-win. That's need for need. This one I can see getting a little bit angry at because it is a nice haul, but again, when I step back, and how much factor do you put on this too? It's also a block on the Yankees. What's the one thing they've needed all season here is catching. Shea was getting his Yankees jersey, right? Can we agree on that?
That's just hilarious. I'm sorry. Someone on the Yankees named Shea is just so funny.
I know that, but that would have been so funny. But like, can we not agree that Langoliers was like 1,000,000,000% going there if he had not gotten hurt?
Yeah, it really did feel like a fit, yes.
So then he gets hurt, and now the door's kind of open, and I know Jeffers been talked about, but then the Twins pop off, and so they're kind of buying. And so now what's the catcher avenue? And they go in and get Adley. So not only could they use him because it is an upgrade on Connor Wong, but they also blocked their chief competitor. I think that's an extra factor that matters here.
Well, I correct me if I'm wrong, but Liam Hicks has also been on the move as well, right?
Yes, he gone. And I thought that was a great move there for the Marlins to sell high. Even if they hadn't had the 12-game losing streak, and let's say they were still like fully in it, I still think you sell Hicks, who's a no position quote-unquote catcher, Rule 5, who popped off here at age, 30, 31. You flip that guy instantly, even if they would have still been competing.
And
so
good
move
for
there.
Hicks, too. He doesn't need to sell his house. He goes straight to Tampa Bay.
Right.
So I'm really happy for him. Look, we don't think about that all the time. Getting traded.
No. That's a big deal.
Cool.
And could you imagine having children, having a family and having to move has to be exponentially more difficult too. By the way, this is the annual raise for Marlins deal. I swear they do one, minimum one
Peter
every
Fairbanks
year.
Was in there, right?
Yes. The Nick Fortes, Nick Anderson, like go look folks. They do one a year. I lock it in.
Okay,
I guarantee
I'm trying to think of some of these because we certainly have the Yankee Pirates deal.
Yes, they do a lot of stuff.
Red Sox are making a thing now for one-for-ones.
Tigers, Dodgers. We traded Flaherty there too.
Astros.
Yep. And this is there. I've watched these like videos. I've read deep dives in it. GMs have these connections, right? This makes sense. And you make connections with guys that you are going to be able to trade with more. Like you try not to be blocked off of any team, but there are certain situations where Team X won't trade with Team Y, and none of the fans even know that they hate each other. But behind the scenes, you know that they would never get a deal done. But then you also have your favorites that you're kind of always wheeling and dealing with.
Yeah,
I'm kind of glad at least the Tigers' favorite is the Dodgers, because I know that they're public enemy, but at least they always have good prospects.
So let's right now take a second just to talk about what is coming, right? What is next year? And there's some deals going on with the Angels and the Cubs. There's something reported about Reed Detmers, not necessarily true. It looks like it's a reliever that could be for Moises Ballesteros, and then
Ryan Zephyr-Jean, that one is
confirmed. Also Mason McGuire. Now Mason McGuire is a pitching prospect, son of Mark McGuire.
It is indeed.
Which is hilarious because he's like, son, I need someone to throw me meatballs.
Right. And so he taught him. And so he's like, I'm kind of good at this. He's like, stop throwing those breaking balls. You're supposed to be throwing batting practice. Then he starts trying to get his dad out. And all of a sudden he's a major league pitcher.
There you go. So Reed Detmer's not dealt yet. I would think the Angels already sold Soler. They've sold Soriano. They're selling that reliever here.
They're actually
Somebody
doing it right
is going to get Reed Detmers. Who do you think that will be?
I still think it's going to be the Cubs.
I
still think they want to work. Like I don't think that's blocked off there necessarily, because I know they went and got Braxton Garrett and everyone said, well, that's who they're going to get. Braxton Garrett's totally different. Braxton Garrett's more of a depth play with some.
Wait, the Cubs got Braxton Garrett?
Did they not?
I don't know. Right? It's the first time hearing anything about Braxton Garrett.
One. Yeah. I got Braxton Garrett to the Cubs here for Jonathan Long and Jay Speck. So that came out shortly after the Detmers fall through. So that could be their lefty, but I still think they would want to get Detmers because Detmers would go in the rotation right now and be one of their best.
Not to mention guaranteed of Braxton Garrett.
He's just more of a maybe.
Right. In the current situation, I mean, you have Matthew Boyd, Imanaga, and Gosman. Definitely those three. Peterson has had a renaissance with them. Say why in any way that you want. I would say, honestly, the defense is more than anything.
Totally
Colin Ray is looking great against all mediocre and slightly above average offenses and just not against the best ones.
Yep.
And then you have Javier Side right now still being inside this rotation. And you got to think that can't happen.
No,
that can't stick. So somebody is coming through there. I've been saying for ages that whoever gets Trevor Rogers is going to be thrilled. Same thing with Dustin May. Those are the two guys for me personally are the prizes of this as like the great, you're waiting on pitching. It's the 7th, 8th rounds guy. It's Trevor Rogers and Dustin May. Dustin May to the Brewers. Oh, amazing deal for them. That is now Logan Henderson, Kyle Harrison, Dustin May, Jacob Mizorowski as their 4 guys. And they can go with Sproat. They can go with Robert Gasser. They can go with what is his name? Drohan. Thank you so much.
Yeah. They've got
to
options
log off and check some trade logs. I've been seeing them all day, and it's been incessant as I've tried to get work done. As I got my boot on finally for my Achilles. So lovely boots.
That sucks so bad. I had a boot when I broke my ankle, and it sucked.
It's better than the I walk it peg leg thing that I had.
Well, yeah.
So, and then there is the Bubich trade, and the Bubich trade is very interesting because it's like I could believe this. Of all the teams that really need some extra injured pitcher for the playoffs,
it's just
the Dodgers.
I think they did that to bother people. I truly
because they could.
Because they could. Because they're smart. And listen, I know that they got, people hate them. Like I said, they're public enemy, and I understand it.
Anything.
But like they're doing the rules. Like get mad at the league for creating those rules. Get mad at other teams for not doing it, especially on the Scooble deal. Right. That's 100% don't hate the player, hate the game type of situation. Now, and getting Bubich was a nice pickup.
Where you have the Padres, they got Robbie Ray. I'm already like trying to do everything I can to be like, please get the slider back. So we'll see what happens.
That'd be great.
And then you have Michael King, and then Randy Vasquez, Herman Marquez, Walker Buehler, this whole Kyle Hart, Griffin Canning, whatnot.
They probably want one more.
Has to come back. They're hoping that they will have a good enough rotation to get them through to September-ish, where Musgrove and Pivetta return.
Right.
So I'm thinking one more is coming. Who do you think that's going to be, Sporer?
I think one of my sneaky names here, and I know that they're not just fire selling everyone after Scooble, but it could be Mize. And I think it really only comes down to health with Mize. Well, you don't like Casey Mize?
No. Sport.
What?
Casey Mize sat 94 miles per hour. Minimum 93.3 on his fastball in a game. Very next one sits 91.9. He's
That's not great.
maximum 93.1.
Well, I did say if he stays healthy, which is always the case with him.
And then what they do? They scratched him on Friday.
Well, because of a potential trade.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what they said. I understand what you're saying. It comes off the heels of a 3 mile an hour dip.
But
is
he's
it
not
a
on
little
the
bit
IL.
more than that?
Any
Right.
physical.
Right.
I think that's part of the reason why he has not gone yet.
I can see it. I can see him being remarkably scary to trade for. And like, what are we getting?
Right.
But I still love the talent when he's healthy, though. I really do.
There's also Luis Castillo who went to the White Sox. Not a surprising move. I think that actually fits for them just because they need somebody who's more of a veteran that's not like Eric Fede.
Totally agree. Yep.
Right. And they need that kind of thing. And actually,
I like them for Detmers, though.
The Mariners broadcast. Yeah, definitely. Mariners broadcast talking about how Luis Castillo made an impact to all of their guys. Like watching Logan Gilbert's bullpen and be like, hey, man, like you're overthrowing in the bullpen because you messed up once. Like, that's stupid. Like, you're fine.
He's definitely morphed into that like team leader type, which again, you can't quantify. And that's why I think they had a hard time running him out of there. But push came to shove where it's like, we just can't, man. We're doing 6 with you. And we got this mega stud down in the minors. And we got another mega stud, Ryan Sloan, even right behind him. We just got to move you. We appreciate everything you've done. Because, that is tough to move that guy out of there for what he does for all those young guys, because he was a go-to guy. I've heard every single one of their big guys mention him in a interview about how important he was to their growth. Absolutely.
Now,
Castillo, that was Luis Castillo. I said a lot of him, he's in there.
Oh, yeah, we're good. Luis Castillo right here. And I want to hear also a little bit of your take here on, there's so many moves left to make. Really are. We got to go through some of those guys that could be changing hands at this deadline. Okay. So we've got Waka still out there from the Royals.
Waka Flame.
There's another really good one, I think, for this team, like the White Sox, maybe Atlanta. And if you really think about what major teams need, there are some that do need that kind of more frontline arm. Like, and I think right now, after Ray's gone and Gausman's gone and Scooble's gone, I don't think Ryan is going, which is silly. Just do it already, Twins.
I think
Reed Detmers feels like the biggest one left.
I agree. I love Reed Detmers. No, I think he is the big one because I don't think Sandy's going anywhere.
No,
I think Reed Detmers better anyway. So if Joe Ryan is not going anywhere, it's Detmers, and I still think that there's a ton of upside.
Could be the Rangers. The Rangers could be like,
they could upset it because they've said the door's open, even though they're not aggro selling. So if somebody comes in now, did you hear that DeGrom did enact his no trade already?
Oh, he did.
Which I think was to Atlanta. There were some rumors to Atlanta, but I heard a report that he enacted his no trade.
That's awesome because all the Mets fans are like, yeah, that's right.
Oh my God, they would have been so mad if he went to Atlanta. They would have lost their minds. But yeah, like Eovaldi could go then. Eovaldi or DeGrom would obviously leapfrog to the top of any list.
And I'll be honest with you, I just feel like I see it, Eovaldi. There's one team that comes to mind that's just like, if I can see him in the uniform, just the way that he pitches, it just fits them. And I'm curious if you think of the same team. They need a starter right now.
Let me look at my teams real quick.
Team. First one that comes to mind.
I don't have one that comes immediately to mind. I'm sorry. I'm failing.
Well, you can't see it because they often wear camouflage. That is the Padres.
Oh, if the Padres could get him, now that would actually, I could see them doing that.
I mean, he's that kind of guy.
And they've also made a lot of trades. Speaking of trade partners, Texas, San Diego has some linkage there that I could see. I think that would be a really interesting fit. And yes, I can picture him in there too. For some reason, him and Musgrove vibe to me as like,
exactly.
We're the dudes. We're taking this over.
Like 23%, 24% strikeout rate, like a 3.6 ERA, 110 whip, that kind of thing. Getting through innings efficiently and not necessarily being that big flamethrower, at least not anymore for Eovaldi. Now, of course, I've talked a ton about the starting pitchers, but then again, I'm trying to think about this, after Dadley's gone now, who are the major hitters who are still out there that guys are targeting?
Those are scant. While I look at those and give you some names, you could take a look in the chat there and see what our good friend Jake Seeley commented to us about his beloved Mets.
Oh, man. The opinion of Stearns nailing at a deadline with 173 minor league lifelongers in his deals. Oh,
lifelong minor leaguers. That's so funny. As far as hitters that are still available that could like really go here, I'm at a loss because a lot of the good ones have gone. I guess Newt Bar is still on the board.
Hunter Goodman.
And I can't see it. They're asking for the world as they should. So unless somebody really ponies up and probably has to beat the Adley deal, I would think. So that's kind of your bar.
Abrams There's Zach Neto.
There's those guys, and the only reason I didn't name them is because I just don't see it. But yes, those are the tippy top. If we got one of those, that's banger. We're going crazy if one of those.
Yeah, it's not like you have some mega star here left in the hitter side. It's just not there this year.
It's guys that like are young and interesting and would be big impact. Abrams especially, but he'd also be position changing. You'd be going to a new team, and because he's a dreadful shortstop. So that would be interesting.
How much are the Red Sox going to have to pay someone to take Jarren Duran?
I think with the pitching that they still have, even after the early deal, they could get someone to take him without it being crazy, right? Like if you want this pitcher, you got to take our good friend Jarren, and he says so many cool things on the field, so you can hang out.
Can you come along too?
Yeah, and it's like you got to take my little brother with me. If you're gonna get our big pitching prospect, I don't think they're gonna trade Arias. That would be like a Mason Miller, C.J. Abrams type of deal for them to move somebody like that. But if they did move down into their other guys, again, I'm not even sure who that'd be. But I don't know who they would get to take straight up. Would somebody just buy low on him?
Says no.
I think the Angels, in a weird twist of fate, would laugh them out of the room there. The Angels would probably be able to start asking Arias in a Neto deal.
Yeah. I mean, CJ Abrams, of course, that actually would be the superstar if the Nationals really wanted to move on from that. Yeah. But I don't really see them doing that at this point. They have a good enough foundation. Either. I feel like they should be selling Foster Griffin.
Yes, just because of his age, where he's at. Right. You found money there. I will say I didn't really like the Garcia deal for them. I feel like a guy with his profile, a first baseman who kind of just discovered power and it's not that bankable yet, was never going to return a ton, so you might as well just hold him. I would have rather just held him and kind of gone with this offense, but I'm totally with you. Foster Griffin is 31. He came over. We've seen guys come over, have a good year, fall back to earth the next year. I believe in a lot of what he's doing, but it still just makes too much sense to move him. And he's a lefty. Lefties are always in high demand.
And there's one thing to be said about playoff baseball where, yes, we can focus a ton on those mega arms, those really hard throwing like River Ryan and all that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
But when I think about the playoffs, you have to have guys who are different. You have to have change of pace. And having a 91, 92 mile per hour southpaw who has had success with a kitchen sink really does change the dynamic of a playoff series. And those are the guys that are proven to be more efficient and be able to go deeper into games, which then gives you some rest often for your bullpen as well. Instead of your inefficient guys max effort who are out by the fifth inning or so.
No, that is a great
value there.
You sneak those extra 2 innings in there, and what that is able to do, the way you stack that sort of reliever stamina, saving it by letting those guys go those extra innings is huge. We all love the flamethrowers, but like you said, if they're only going 3-4, because remember, they shorten those outings in the playoffs. All of a sudden, you're getting 1 time through, 1.5 times through. The bullpen innings add up. So I do agree, somebody like a Griffin, who is more of a veteran type, who is more of getting through the lineup 2 times minimum, and then maybe can even give you a little bit at the top of that 3rd time through, depending how well he's pitching. He could be a nice asset for somebody. I haven't heard much rumoring with him, so I wonder what people are looking at with him.
Yeah, we'll see there. Now, how do you feel about the Freddie Peralta deal to the Tampa Bay Rays?
I liked it both ways. First off, the Rays are one of those teams that when they get a pitcher, we're interested. What can they do? When I've looked at Freddie Peralta this year, I have not seen anything that really drives home why he's been this bad, which leaves me wondering if there's something a bit nebulous and unquantifiable, like a Mets malaise that's just kind of hanging over there and hanging over the team. Yeah. And maybe just getting the heck out of there. Maybe that right there is going to jump him a half level, and then throw in maybe some tweaks from the Rays. You jump a full level, and all of a sudden he's a mid-3s ERA guy again. I could see that so easily. I could see more of the same too, which I will say wouldn't necessarily kill the Rays because they still got to get innings. And so if they could get a consistent 5 from him, even if it was more of a 4.20, 4.40 ERA type, that could still work. They just can't have the 5 ERA, 150 whip guy come that he's been this past month or so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I guess for the full season, but he's been particularly bad lately.
And here's the thing about Freddie Peralta is that he's not really a guy who is doing so much different than what he used to. But there is something to be said, and I talked about this with on the craft, was we're seeing a lot of these veteran arms who, have been in the league for a while. We have Luis Castillo, and we have Aaron Nola, and we have Zach Gallen, and you can put in Seth Lugo in there. Guys who have been here for ages who are kind of doing the same exact thing they've always done, and it's not working.
Right.
And it's because the league has improved, right? You have the average velocity going from 93, 94 to 96 now almost. And Freddie Peralta is still throwing 93, 94.
And you pair that
much.
And you pair that with what we've been seeing as a trend of guys adding pitches because they need to give different looks. And we're seeing some of these 5-6 pitch, for lack of a better word, junk ballers. Maybe they don't have anything super special or they don't have super velo, succeeding because they're able to give one look the first time through and a completely different look the second time through the order. And we call him Fastball Freddy for a reason. He throws fastball and fastball variations. I know he has the curveball as well, but other than that, it's not much there. It's like, here's the heater. Can you hit it? And he has lost a little bit of extension. And as a shorter guy, maybe that small bit is enough to deliver, a full run of ERA because he's up at a 5 right now.
So, all right, Sporer, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
Trade time. I want to hear it. I want to hear your prediction. I feel like I only really had one, and I'm done. Which was Tarek Skubal to the Dodgers. Just kidding. It was Kevin Gausman to the Cubs. I feel good about it. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I still feel like the Phillies need to make a move, and I could have seen Tyler Mahle there, but it hasn't happened. I am waiting for you to give me your plant the flag. This is what's going to happen. Trade that we haven't talked about yet.
Well, we talked about him, but we didn't mention him with this team. I think the White Sox come in and get Detmers. I think that's an amazing fit for them, to get somebody with some time as well who could actually potentially be their ace. Love what Sean Burke and Davis Martin have done this year. Davis Martin, one of those guys who's gone kitchen sink with it. 6 pitches has helped him be a lot better. But they don't have that go-to guy yet. Noah Schultz maybe could be, but Detmers is...
Well, they do actually, Spore. I'm going to correct you there. Sean Burke has just been insane.
Sean Burke's been unbelievable, but do you think
he's that go-to guy for them right now?
Do you think he is are we buying in this next year? He's an ace now.
No, I'm saying that the White Sox make the playoffs, even if they get Reed Detmers, that's the recipe.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. But now you have a righty-lefty 1-2 punch, Burke Detmers.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That
and so
great.
I think they still have room to get another, real top of the line gunners there. So I like Detmers to the White Sox.
Oh man. All right. I'm gonna say that the Phillies are gonna deal with the Mariners to get Emerson Hancock.
I like that. I can
because they need a righty.
That.
I would normally say like Trevor Rogers to the Phillies. I just feel like there you go. That's nice and easy. Let's just not go for another big name. Let's do that. But they got Luzardo. They've got Christopher Sanchez. And it's like they already had Suarez before. I'm like, I'm done with the lefties. Okay.
No, I think Hancock makes sense to take Painter's spot
there. You go. I wouldn't necessarily do it if I'm the Phillies, but I could feel that that's the kind of deal that might be made because they need help. I mean, Ellen Rangel right now is not the guy.
They're calling Painter back
as
up.
SB5. They did just get Caleb Killian.
That was an interesting little throw in on that deal.
He's gotten like 40 plus innings out of relief now, so he's not going to be stretched down to a starter.
So what do you think about Hancock's season here? Because it started off with that big bang on that Sunday night game, and we were all like, cold weather against the Guardians. I need to see more. 3 more brilliant starts, and all of a sudden it's like, well, you get the pickup of the month so far,
Well, here's the thing. I know a friend of mine, Eric Samolsky, is going to be here at any moment. He's just going to pop onto the screen and just surprise all of us because I know he was watching that game, and he has some things to say about it. Eric Samolsky, great to see you. Wonderful to see you on NBC last night.
Hey, guys.
Watched it. You did a great job.
Thanks.
And I'm curious, what do you think about Emerson Hancock's season, where he started and then where he is now?
Yeah. There was a really cool start to the season where he had a real low arm angle, but the vert on the fastball was still good. And so he was missing lots of bats with it. And then the vert has continued to fall and the arm angle has continued to fall. And so we went to like more of a sinker and we were going like, hey, we're going to, be a worm eater and we're going to get a bunch of ground balls. And I think it's like, I think I have more confidence now that Emerson Hancock is a solid MLB starting pitcher for years in a rotation than I felt like coming into this season.
Absolutely.
But I don't think the breakout from like the first 2 months is indicative of like, oh, he'll just get back there. But could he be a 4th starting pitcher on a contending team? Like, yeah, absolutely. And if you have other strikeout arms around him, I know Nick loves to be like, hey, put that guy on the Cubs and just let like the defense do the work. But like Emerson Hancock could be that kind of guy.
Yeah.
So yes, put him on a Phillies team that just shuffled around its entire infield today, and we'll see how that goes.
That is
Oh, that's
insane, by the way. We did not talk about that. But to bring in Luis Ariz and move 3 different guys is unhinged. I'm sorry. I don't know about all that.
To be fair, they all have, except for Bryson Stott, they all have played those positions extensively at the big league level.
True. And that is a very valid point. They're not learning positions on the fly.
Yeah. But yes, it was
Josh
wild to be
Jacobson
like,
asks if the Phillies to put Schwarber at catcher again, which I just gotta.
for fantasy purposes, we'd
Yes.
love to see.
Get us 20 games.
Yeah.
He'll go in the first round next year as a catcher.
So all right, Eric, give us what you're hearing, of course, and really your trade deadline, your expectations, what
move you
you
got
think's gonna
coming the rest of the way here?
Future. I mean, the White Sox apparently are sniffing all around starting pitchers. I still think Clay Holmes makes tons of sense.
Clay
there.
Holmes
Completely agree.
on the Cubs. That's right, in Chicago.
Right, and the Brewers had been after Clay Holmes, which makes tons of sense.
But they're cowards.
They got wacky Clay Holmes in Dustin May instead.
I don't know if that's wacky Clay Holmes. That's like you go from the Adobe to like an apartment building.
Sure. But Clay Holmes, like deep pitch mix, fills up the zone, gets weak contact right now. I think Clay Holmes makes a lot of sense for the White Sox. And so I don't really know what his market is apart from.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because he had the rehab start. A lot of scouts were there watching that one. Yeah. I didn't follow it myself. I did, by the way, make the minor league equivalent of my baseball dashboard, you two. So I'll send it your way.
Yeah.
But only as AAA, which is so annoying. But by the way, what I'm mentioning, guys, get PL Pro, you will get access to Nick's pitcher dashboard starting, I believe, like next week or the week after. That's awesome. You actually will get all the pitching data that I use every single day to do the SP roundup and know everything about pitching. You will get your hands on it. I cannot wait to give it to you. It's an incredible thing. Go get PL Pro today with promo code dashboard 50% off. Okay, so
I can give no specifics on the ins and outs of the Clay Holmes start, but I do remember he went over 5 and threw like 75 pitches, which was a nice sign for me because I picked him up in the main event. And I'm waiting for him to get back.
Yeah,
in his most recent
what I was hearing was like sat a little over 91 plus. What was like touching 93, and the command of the secondaries was iffy, but like
that matches these results.
It's his second rehab start third rehab start after being out for a while. Like I'm not concerned about the command of Clay Holmes's secondary.
I could have gone, guys. It was at the Cyclones.
Yeah, it was at the Cyclones.
Oh man, yeah.
I would have had to hobble down there.
And I think you would have had to hobble, but I think it did get moved too. It was supposed to be somewhere else, and then weather moved.
Yeah,
I think that's something like that.
It was one of those like I'm gonna get a start in before the deadline.
Exactly.
And I don't really care.
That's exactly what it was.
I'm just gonna go. And so yeah.
Yeah. So who is actually a good question? Your 3D hen asks who loses playing time in Philly now that Ariz is there.
Nobody that matters.
It's one of the outfielders. It's like Rincones, I believe.
Yeah, no, it's Brian De La Cruz who was in and played 5 of 6 games last week. And so with all due respect,
Harper's moving out to right field.
Yeah, so nobody.
All right, we have a deal here. Oh my gosh, exactly what I predicted. Clay Holmes and Taylor to the Chicago Cubs. Oh,
really?
Gosh.
That's
Chicago Cubs get Clay Holmes again. Perfect situation.
That's perfect.
Amazing ground ball guy.
Perfect.
Utilize that defense. It's unbelievable. They know what they have and they're getting the right fits.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes,
good for them.
It is for Rojas. Who is Rojas?
I don't know.
Oh, Jefferson, their top prospect.
Jefferson Rojas. Oh,
I would assume so.
Yeah, I mean Rojas is that's what Heyman says. John Heyman.
Wow.
And also it says
it's got to be
Holmes and Taylor. So I assume
don't forget that Holmes is
Taylor
also a player option. They can have him another year. Yeah, that's Tyrone Taylor, Nick, a hitter. A hitter are those guys that stand there with the stick.
Which
you mean the cardboard cutouts?
Which is interesting to me because I thought Tyrone Taylor was going to be the center fielder after they traded Luis Robert. Now somebody needs to trade for Luis Robert.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say was who even wants him.
Or maybe they get something back. It's like, we'll take that guy instead. It's just like a fantasy trade. You get back your center fielder back,
Or surprised that they didn't throw Robert in with like a Holmes or a Weaver.
Well, and so, like MLB or MILB, if you look at Jefferson Rojas's stats, they still list him as a shortstop, but he has played more third base this year than shortstop. He's played 26 games at short in AAA and AA, sorry, and 56 games at third, which makes the most sense because I was thinking the Mets just got Sammy Stafora from the Pirates, who's a power hitting shortstop. They're going to trade for another shortstop, but they have this guy named Lindor at short. So why are they adding all these shortstops?
Well, you also want to add shortstops because you can move them down the spectrum.
And Rojas might be more of a third baseman.
And you can also shift them off into second base too. As we've seen in deeper into careers also with like Lindor, maybe you do get that eventually from I have no idea.
Right. What if he moved? Yeah. That that would probably be years in the making, but I couldn't see it.
I mean, you should have done that to Jeter for so many years. So.
Here's an interesting report, maybe on the Clay Holmes front. Clay Holmes just went, but maybe on another front is that Chris Cotillo of Mass Live reports that the Red Sox have made Marcelo Mayer available potentially for pitching depth.
Oh man, Reed Detmers depth though, it's depth.
Well,
yeah, so that's
he says potentially for pitching. I added the depth because I didn't think Marcelo Mayer would return.
Come on, Eric.
A legitimate start.
I think he'll still bring. I think he'll still bring stuff.
I would take Reed Detmers in a deal for Marcelo Mayer.
I have no opinion on Marcelo Mayer, but I do have one of Reed Detmers. He's a good pitcher. Pete Walker is going to be working overtime, says somebody. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but I am. All right. So now the Cubs. It's Imanaga. It's Gosman. It is Clay Holmes. It is David Peterson.
Who's
Matthew
been rolling.
Boyd, and Colin Ray.
PJ in the chat calling that uninspiring. I think they're putting together something pretty nice here now.
I mean, that is it. Look, when Justin Steele, and I have my soundboard, but I can't use it here, was a part of this rotation, it was very much the same kind of feel of like weak contact, getting that 23% strikeout rate, and that's what works with this team so effectively. So that works in my head.
And the Zephyr pickup is sneaky great for them. I love Ryan Zephyr out of LA. They'll eventually get Palencia back too.
Cabrera.
And we'll see if Edward Cabrera can do anything. I don't know what his timetable is from the hammy. And Ben Brown is still potential to come back in like late August, September.
And should be a reliever.
Oh, and if he is, then that's all the better. Because, if they're getting 2 to 3 innings. I mean, I like him for what he was doing as a starter for me in fantasy. But by the time he gets back, they're probably not going to stretch him back out. I think they throw him right in the pen.
I don't trust the two-seamer and a curveball.
I don't trust two pitches.
We've got a deal coming in. The Tampa Bay Rays have made a deal for Tyler Wells of the Orioles.
Solid.
Okay. Yeah.
That opens
originally with the Rays.
No, I think he's always been
Walls. I'm thinking of Walls.
Yeah, Taylor Walls. That clown.
That
clown is still there.
Are you kidding me right now?
Oh, they got both now. Yeah. Well, hopefully Tyler Wells is cooler.
Oh gosh.
So just so we know, has been confirmed by Passan, by Will Salmon, by Mark Feinsand. It is Jefferson Rojas going to the Mets.
Okay.
Which is a nice pull for the Mets, to be honest with you. Like I think the Mets are doing a pretty good job.
Doing great.
Of the season blew up in our face,
right?
And it did not go the way we expected, and we need to rebuild.
But we already knew that Stearns could do this part, right? So that, like, I agree with you. Like, they are replenishing very well. I thought what they got for 2 months of Freddie Peralta, quite nice. Both the Weaver and Holmes trade, really nice. He knows how to get those pieces. When are we going to get the step forward, though?
Right.
When are they going to actually do something with it? But hey, better to make something out of this, terrible season than to not. But I'm waiting for them to actually take that next step forward and be a real team.
It's the signing of the free agents that is proving to be an issue. But the trade fronts are good. That's a nice piece. And Rojas has spent all year at AA, so he probably ends the year at AAA with the Mets. And so who knows what that means for 2027. If there is 2027, we'll cross that out.
There will be. I'm with Nick.
The Dodgers did not help that. And honestly, I have a bone to pick with your Tigers, Paul.
I know. I agree.
No,
Wait a minute. Your bone should be with Milwaukee, those cowards.
I understand.
They're cowards.
I understand.
Cowards.
There's also 28 other teams too.
I know. But like, look, I stand by what Joe Sheehan said. The reason Scott Harris did that trade when he did,
I don't know,
was because he was afraid to be 1.5 games back today and have to make the trade in the face of being that much closer. And so I think he pulled the trigger right away so that they weren't going to be closer.
So silly. It's one day.
I'm just saying, like,
Milwaukee Brewers. In defense of the Milwaukee Brewers, and it's always speculation at this point in the trade deadline. But Kurt Hogg, who covers the Brewers for The Athletic, said that the Brewers made an aggressive deal for Skubal, and some people might have viewed it as a better deal than the Tigers. Who's to say who's to say if that's valid or not? Right. But at least I trust Kurt Hogg's reporting is generally a very good reporter. And so I think we can at least say that the Brewers made what they felt was an aggressive offer, and we don't have any details to suggest that it wasn't. And maybe the Dodgers liked or the Tigers liked the Dodgers offer better. But I don't think that we could just say the Brewers didn't do anything. And I will say,
they got Dustin May.
In defense of Paul's Tigers, you can't be out on these internet streets and say anything remotely complimentary of what the Tigers did.
Oh, I know.
But I did on Reddit, and I had some dude like little broing me on Reddit, like saying I don't know ball and all this other stuff. But like, dude, I don't think the Tigers' return was all that bad.
It's for 2 months of Skubal. It objectively wasn't. It simply cannot be. If you're getting 3 players for 2 months of damn near anybody, you almost can't do bad. Like literally from the dollars per war standpoint. But I'm with you. No one wants to hear that because the Tigers ruin baseball by letting the Dodgers ruin baseball, whatever.
And the White Sox.
River Ryan, I gotta say, I put out a whole thread about it. River Ryan, legit. I understand there's so many reasons for you not to like.
But he's
River
older.
Ryan because
he's older.
Old. He gets injured. He had Tommy John. He has a hamstring sprain. That's it. He's throwing 92-mile-per-hour sliders that are like Kyle Bradish's 88. Like, it's insane.
And people say he can't stay healthy, and it's just he missed
a year.
He missed 1 year with after Tommy John surgery, and now he has a hamstring injury. Like
again, like it's the same one that got restrained or whatever in season.
The weakest player ever.
And just to like listen, one thing I thought is interesting about what the Tigers did is they took what, in my opinion, is a very risky package. There's a chance that they get next to nothing from all 3 of these guys.
Sure.
But there's also a chance that they get a top of the line starter and an all-star outfielder. Like those guys have significant upside. You don't get multiple guys with that kind of upside in a package for a player for 2 months if there isn't risk attached to those players. So they took a gamble on
because you don't guys. It's the best rental package in a decade. By far. Like it's like the rental market just is not what it used to be. So people that were expecting like 5 Gleyber Torreses, they're stupid.
Gleyber Torres in a decade. Oh my gosh, that was a decade ago.
That's why I said it's the best deal from a decade, because that's the last best deal.
And the people, the pack, at least on Reddit, the trade that people kept screaming at me about was the Sabathia trade back to the Brewers, and how he got traded for a haul. And what I like to also, he got traded for 5 prospects, and Matt Laporta at the time was like a top 15 prospect in
he flopped.
Right. That is
right.
But the counter argument is, if you think about it, just looking at like, hey,
Brantley
these are the
saved
prospect
the deal.
rankings doesn't necessarily mean anything, because I got to tell you, the Brewers sent 5 prospects. I know. Do not interrupt me for Joey Bart for a second.
Oh, I was going to.
But the Brewers sent 5 prospects to the Guardians in that trade. One of those prospects was a player to be named later. He wasn't traded until the offseason.
It was Brantley in October.
That prospect was Michael Brantley. He was the 30th ranked prospect for the Brewers at the time. He wound up being the best player traded to Cleveland in that deal. You can't look at the prospect rankings and say this is going to be a better deal or not than what a deal 10 years ago. Like, you have to see how the prospects turn
Especially
out.
when you look at one ranking.
On
like you look at one person's ranking to make your case strong this way. You could look at another person's ranking to completely torpedo that case. And they
Right.
did it on July 7th. So you got 3 extra weeks.
You got
Oh, that's a very
extra
good point there. And you have Joey Bart going to the Atlanta Braves from the White Sox.
No,
That's reported
other way
passing.
around.
That is done.
No,
Other
White
way-
Sox are getting him.
Other
White
way
Sox are
around,
getting
going to
him
the White Sox.
from the Braves.
White Sox
from the
are getting him
Braves.
from the Braves, of course. Duh.
Because
Of
Teal's
course.
hurt.
I know where they're from. Don't whatever.
Oh.
And then the second thing is that we're forgetting about an amazing prospect on a rental, Dustin May, James
For
Tibbs
James
III.
Tibbs. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well, and
Right. That was a
Dustin
great
May-
rental
Dustin
deal.
May
I agree.
has voodoo magic because he got traded for a ridiculous prospect
Twice.
this year also
Right.
when he's on a
Is
rental.
Tibbs not good?
Well, I mean, Tibbs could be good. He's playing well.
Well,
in-
he popped though too. Like he wasn't supposed to be that good.
no, he
and then-
yeah. You mean he
Go ahead. No,
popped
no, you go
before
ahead.
getting
Sorry.
drafted?
Well, I thought that like he's
We have
emerged
got
since
a
the
trade coming
trade.
in. We got the Yankees are working on a trade for the Giants. Elliot
Ramos. Okay, I like that. That was one of my like sneaky.
Working on a trade. Are they going to trade Spencer Jones?
Well, yeah, because where does he play right now?
Yeah, well, also, but they need him. They just lost the Bellinger from weeks, and
I mean, they could trade
right,
Dominguez, they could trade Dominguez or Jones in that deal.
Because Dominguez
also,
and Jones
Dominguez
are
and
covering.
are the new Frazier and Andujar.
Yes.
Just to
Oh my
repair.
God, yeah, they kind of are.
Um,
Do you think one of them goes in this deal then?
I think you'd have to. You can't play both of them and
Right.
Elio Ramos.
And Ramos has control. I like that pickup. I was telling Justin that I think they should. Now's the time to trade Ramos. Why keep him? I know he has team control, but like this is a good time to move him. And I think he's interesting. And I know righties don't benefit from Yankee Stadium like lefties do, but leaving Oracle is a help. I think he can be a 30 homer hitter in Yankee Stadium.
And the Yankees need a right-handed bat too.
Yes.
So we'll see. Also, I don't know if the details came out that the Mets sent the Pirates $8 million in the Luke Weaver trade. So Luke Weaver's making the minimum this season. That's why they were able to get Stafora. And that might be why the Pirates are okay picking up Weaver, who's due $11 million next year, because they can then make the decision in the offseason, depending on how this year goes and depending on how the offseason goes. Do they keep Weaver or do they then flip Weaver to somebody else in the offseason?
Now we have some more things coming
like
in
that.
here. This is discussion, rumors, but we were talking about Foster Griffin before, and it looks like the Astros are interested. They are discussing Foster Griffin, and that's right when also Brian McTaggart of beat writer for the Astros says that Astros are still trying to make a deal for a for a pitcher. Could be Foster Griffin, which is interesting.
And this
I
is
wouldn't
why
necessarily think of the Astros as the kind of team that would go for Foster Griffin.
I wouldn't either, but I think they might see an avenue where it's affordable, because when you look at their system, it's complete trash.
Oh yeah,
but
they need the depth.
any system can get a deal done if you offer enough players. So, even somebody like this, Foster Griffin's not going to return the most, but they might have to give 4 or 5 guys because their system is terrible.
Yeah, we'll see. And it's funny. Yeah, you're seeing Dan. Dan is posting things inside of the rumor mill, and I'm just reporting it here, and then he's seeing it on his TV. Thank you so much, Dan, the newsman of our Pitcherless Discord, the number one place, of course, to keep up on everything and talk to all of the staff. And here's the thing, Sporer, Eric,
Yes.
why aren't you guys hanging out on our Discord more? What's going on?
I think just because I'm in like 10 Discords and it's hard.
I am.
This is the best one.
The
That's
only
fair.
thing I do on Discord is chat with you and Kyle Bland. So it's like-
yeah, I'm in DMs mostly on Discord. My fault.
Oh my gosh. All right. So we had a rash of things coming really, really fast there. And I am very curious. Look, when it comes to the guys that are still remaining here, we still have your Casey Mize with your Tigers. I remember, who was the guy one of these years that they didn't trade, that they should have traded?
Oh, yeah. Who the heck was that?
It was, oh my gosh. It was, nope. Got nothing.
I'm not getting there. I'm going to go find it.
The only thing
You-
I
you
remember
will-
is when the Angels refused to trade Tyler Anderson.
Oh, yeah. And that
when
was
they
like,
should've.
what are
And
you
listen,
doing?
kudos
John
to the
Gray,
Angels.
everyone.
Kudos to the Angels for making
Yes, John
ridiculous amounts of moves this year and not just.
Oh, no, they
treating them
finally
like-
did it. They finally did it right. They've been having a banger deadline. I'm really, really pleased with what the Angels are doing. Very competent.
Yeah, right.
moves.
They've done nothing in previous years, and they finally do stuff.
Yep.
It was Erod.
I was going to say it was Eduardo, wasn't it? Yep.
To the
I
Dodgers.
just
Lou
found
Montes
it.
got it. Thank you so much, Lou.
Because he
Right,
declined
was the Dodgers,
it.
He said no.
Yes.
And then they didn't trade him.
No, maybe part of it was him saying no, left them with so little time they couldn't get the deal done. But yeah, we were stunned that he was still on the team after that.
All right, guys, we have 1 hour remaining.
No.
Give me the team that has to make a deal right now in the next hour. Who is it, Eric?
I mean, it's the Yankees.
Well, it was the Yankees before Ramos.
Ramos one is they're talking. They're
okay. This is not a report then.
Not a
okay.
deal. So it is the Yankees. The Yankees offense without Aaron Judge has been disgusting,
horrendous,
and adding Luis Garcia obviously helps. That's not a question. But if you're contending in the AL, you definitely need to make moves to improve that offense. And then I would also just say that on the counter side for sellers, the Reds need to pack it up and get rid of.
Absolutely, they haven't done anything.
Contract. And the fact that they
what are they doing?
The fact that they reported that they're going to hold on to Brady Singer because he might be a qualifying offer candidate. Like, what are we doing? Why are we giving
Suarez should be dealt there as well?
I hope he takes it if they offer.
JJ Bleday, Tyler Stevenson.
Stevenson. How's he not a Yankee? How's he not a Yankee right now?
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't.
Okay. So Sporer outside of the Reds and the Yankees. What do we see? One buyer, one seller.
Padres, I think, are still going to buy because they're staying on top of this. We've already had some rumoring, so I'm going to take the easy way out there and go with them. As far as sellers, I don't know if I have anybody that has to, because I was going to say like a team like the Athletics haven't done anything, but who are they going to sell? So I'm not going to kill them for selling nothing. You know, like what do you really have to sell? So
we have another trade.
We've got a trade here,
but it's not, we only have one side of it so far.
Please.
The Red Sox are sending starting pitching prospect Tyler Uberstein, who's their 14th ranked prospect in AAA currently, to the Braves.
Okay, what are they getting, guys?
Don't know for what.
We just don't yet.
What are they getting? Because it's got to be a start. It's got to be
ranked prospect on the Red Sox be getting.
It's got to be a major leaguer, you would think.
You would think
it could be bullpen help. They could use some bullpen depth.
Who would the Braves give that doesn't really cut a leg out from under them?
Somebody in the chat is saying Mauricio Dubon. I don't think the Braves would move Dubon.
They love Dubon.
They love Dubon, but the Red Sox might be done with Monasterio at shortstop defensively.
He's hot right now. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yep, defensively, I couldn't agree more.
Eli White is the return.
I think it might have to be a pen arm.
It's Uberstein, so it's White. It's White Mauricio Dubon.
Now that's per Carabas.
Okay, so we don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
What did Carabas say?
We're still waiting on that one. Now,
I would say the report is that it's Eli White.
As far as buyers and sellers go,
yes.
First and foremost, the Royals need to do more. Michael Wacha is just right there. He's got to go.
And Wacha or Lugo can't both be on this team tomorrow.
Possibly. Get it. There's so many places you could go. Atlanta, Padres, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like you got to do that. Okay, so there's your seller side, and on the buying side, the White Sox, you're doing buying, well, but you just need that one extra pitcher. That's
totally agree, and they could be a link, even if they bought a Wacha. Like I would go for Detmers with them because I want them to do something higher impact. But even if they just went for a Wacha type move, I would love that for the Sox. They are taking this opportunity here and not just saying, "Oh, we're a rising team. We're going to have 10 more chances to do this." They're saying, "No, we have a chance now. Let's buy some stuff."
I keep thinking you're saying like a quesadilla Wacha, like the cheese inside of it, over and over again. I'm really interested in what happens moving forward. And honestly, when we get down to it, we have 1 hour left here. And remember, guys, we always get trades come in after the bell.
3 years running.
Yes, they have to submit it then, but then the word has to get out. So it's usually about 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15.
Or an hour like it was last year.
In the midnight hour.
They are always in the late window. Yeah. You're so right.
Every single time. I think Jazz Chisholm was one of them.
I think so.
And even, maybe the first Jazz Chisholm, the Zach Gallen and Jazz deal. Duke Silver, as I call him back in the day.
We have done videos
18,
on both.
19?
Yes. Wow. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, we have. It's been a time. All right. But Dustin May is a major deal. I would say so. I would absolutely say that, Shelly. Good to see you, Shelly. Hope you're doing well.
Dustin May is a pretty major deal.
I think that's been good this year. I think for a rotation that has been trying to find the back end of it, Shane Drohan, of course, Gasser, and Sproat. I think they're trusting Sproat, but I don't know if they should. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I like Sproat, but I'm with you on the lack
I
of
like
confidence.
it next year.
Are they trusting Sproat though?
Well, I mean, who's their 5 at the moment? Gasser, Drohan, and Sproat are the 5. One of them.
Well, are you factoring in Kyle Harrison?
Yes. He's back tomorrow.
Because he's back this week.
So Harrison, Mizorowski, May.
So Mizorowski, Harrison, Henderson,
May. And then
so
the
there's
5.
one spot left.
That's what I'm saying. So it's one of Sproat and Ron. It looks like it. I mean, it could be Sproat. That's I would think has the inside track at the moment.
Maybe it feels very much like a piggyback type of situation where if Sproat goes, it's with Drohan behind him or something like that.
I mean, it's one of those things of depth too. Like Harrison comes up, but it could be someone else behind him at first, right? Yeah. One of those guys. So I don't know. I mean, Coleman Crow, I'm seeing there too. Coleman Crow to me is not nearly of the same quality of those 3. Coleman Crow is pitching like a guy from 2012, and I just wish he could be there in 2012 doing it.
Yeah,
but it's just not that game anymore. You can't really be low 90s with just spin. It doesn't quite work as well as it used to. Trevor Rogers also really needs to go. I'm sorry, but like,
yeah, no, I agree.
What are we doing here, Orioles? And you
well,
want
especially
to
when
it's fine, but like
when I saw the haul that they got from the Red Sox, I was like, oh, they're sending Rogers with Rutschman.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing a 2-for there to get that return.
Actually, to be fair, I was wrong. They did send Rogers with Rutschman, but it was Jake Rogers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was Jake Rogers. By the way, great clubhouse guy, which I love. Jake Rogers.
And Rutschman is on the IL, and the
right. So they do need somebody who can
need Jake Rogers right.
Right. The Rogers is the backup right now, so that is a great point.
And there you go. And also, Mark Feinsand is actually confirming the Eli White to the Red Sox.
Okay, so for that interesting guy.
About this, and it connects to another one of Sporer's old guys. Is Eli White is strictly a right-handed outfielder that will hit lefties. And the Red Sox just added one of those guys in Jahmai Jones a couple weeks ago. And I don't think you have spots on the roster for a Jahmai Jones and Eli White. It's redundant with all the other outfielders the Red Sox have. So I feel like this might be the end of Jahmai Jones.
That's very aggressive.
I said with the Red Sox.
I think they got their 1,500 OPS from him. They got all his positive regression, and now they're like, "Thanks, Jahmai. We'll see you later."
Yeah, right? that's a weird return unless they have something else in the works. They're flipping somebody for some, whatever. There's time left.
Speaking of flipping, the one thing we didn't talk about even before you got on, Eric, did you guys see that the Jays were fielding calls for Soriano?
Yeah, I did.
How funny would that be?
For them. Why not?
Absolutely. Why not? That. But how wild would that be if they turned around and flipped him for what they thought was a better deal than what they gave?
So Passan is now reporting that Elio Ramos
is done.
Is saying that the Yankees are finalizing a deal to acquire outfielder Elio Ramos from the San Francisco Giants. Yankees have been seeking right-handed bats. Blah 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 blah.
Let's sit tight on that until we see the return, because if it includes one of Dominguez Jones, then it answers all the questions.
If it doesn't,
I like it right now.
Then something else will be coming.
Right.
It has to include one of those guys.
Doesn't have to.
I agree that it seemingly does, but I'm with Nick. It doesn't have to.
Why don't get Jordan Montgomery from the Rangers? That would be the funniest thing in the world.
Well, then you're demoting one of those guys.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Or you're
flipping
them for something else.
Okay, well, yes, that's also viable.
Yes.
No, that's on the table.
I'm doing the whole fun speculation of like,
well, if they know somebody loves Jones or Dominguez and they're like, well, we can't trade them. Well, let's go get an outfielder and then trade them back to this other team.
Jared Jones, Spencer Jones, and Jahmai Jones. Can we just like
wait, Jahmai Jones does not belong in the in a three-way deal.
It's Jones.
I love Jahmai, but no.
I'm jonesing for that.
Trade all the Jones.
Great.
Yeah, we're keeping up with the Joneses on that one.
Now with the Orioles and all. That's done.
All right, gentlemen. This is where I leave you to go do pickup. But enjoy the rest of your.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for wearing the jacket as well.
You look great.
I had to do it for you guys. I couldn't do the tie, but I had to do the jacket.
We'll take it.
Amazing.
So thank you guys so much. Nick, I'll see you Thursday for our show.
Of course, OTC guys. We'll talk all about it.
Where we have to go over basically entirely new rotations and see how it all shakes out.
Oh my God.
And you guys will need it more than ever. Harry Lalane is going to the Giants. That is part of the deal. Primary prospect in the train.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Or the Ilya Ramos deal.
6th prospect on
I remember this guy. I actually kind of like him. He's a big, lanky lefty. He's cutter focused a bit. I think this is a really good get for the Giants. And I wouldn't be surprised if he actually comes up relatively soon. Someone to take note on is Henry Lalane. It would be really fun. I'm a little disappointed as a Yankee fan because I thought he was pretty cool as a southpaw. And it a little bit like the Jordan Montgomery of old, and that kind of like getting through games. But Harry Lalane is the one. I remember it is Lalane, not
Lalane, not Lalane. Okay, they got some interesting.
I remember. I could be wrong.
Pronunciations: Carlos Lagrange and Lalane.
Oh my God. I just want to play Lagrange from ZZ Top every
the Lagrange song, exactly. Like I'm totally with you. I stepped in it so bad too. I made fun of K's pronunciation, thinking that he had no idea what he was doing. I was like, why is he putting all these like extra syllables in this Lagrange's name? And then I'm egg on my face. So I ate that one for being a doofus and trying to roast him.
Orioles are acquiring Christian Franklin from the Nationals. He has been in AAA in Washington. It's probably with all the deals that they've been making, they need to find some stuff to play guys. But that is the latest trade we've got here.
What are your vibes on prospect Michael Ferret, who's going back to Baltimore in that Tyler Wells deal from Tampa Bay?
Did you just make up that name?
No, Michael Ferret or Ferret, Forret from the Rays. I don't know a whole lot about him either. I know he was well sought after because he was mentioned in a lot of different potential deals. Pretty much every deal they did, people were like, oh, maybe Ferret's going in this one. So I know he's a prospect of some note, but I don't have a lot on him.
Thankfully, he's in AAA. And guess what? I have my new minor league pitcher dashboard. So
let's see what
I am going to take a look at Michael Ferret just for all of you. And guys, of course, keep them coming. All the questions that you have. Thank you so much for that. And YNWA, it's good to see you. Kyle Seiler, good to see you as well. All right, we have Michael Ferret, and he throws a 93, 94 mile per hour four-seamer from the right side, 16 to 17 inches of vert, about like 40 or 35 to 40 degree arm angle or so. But that has been his big swing striker pitch, very much upstairs. That is his focus with that. It is a sinker as well, throwing for strikes, but not really too much accuracy, a little bit more arm side, I guess. Going upstairs against lefties as well, but not a swinging strike rate pitch, about 15 of horizontal, not what you want. Slider is away in glove side consistently. I love to see that 22% swing strike rate on that. And it is it's a sweeper. It is 82 miles per hour. It is a -12 horizontal. And then you do have a middle bridge cutter as well. But that's at 8, -1, not really too exciting at 89. So it's like a worse gyro slider that is too high up, right? So you want a 0-0 for the 88, 89 gyro slider. This one is at +8 vert. So it's higher than it should be. There is a kick change involved. It's not consistent for strikes, but he does throw that exclusively against lefties out and away. It does look like he has generally good command, right? The control of this stuff, like he's moving around the zone. There's good pitch separation from Michael Ferret. Last time out was 6 innings of 6 strikeouts and 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 0 walks. And he's gotten whiffs in those games. It does seem to me a little pedestrian unless he can get more velocity to make that four-seamer and sweeper harder. So
we got a deal, by the way. Great
Rockies made a trade.
Ferret. Senzatella to Milwaukee. Nice little bullpen depth.
Senzatella?
He had an excellent start to the season and then has come back to earth a bit, but still pretty good year, no?
I remember a week ago or so, I put out a tweet. Sugano has 10 wins, Senzatella has 10 wins, and no one else on the Rockies has more than 3.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, one of those was a reliever. That's insane.
Oh, sensei.
So, yeah, he put up a 1.30 ERA, and the skills were behind it too, so I'm not just citing the ERA, but like he had some pretty decent skills. Things were looking great through his first 17 outings. He's up to an 8.15 ERA in his subsequent 17 outings as things have come unraveled a bit with the BABIP regressing to a cool 475 during this time. So he's been is equally unlucky as he was lucky in the first set there. Basically kind of split it down the middle there. He has 34 appearances. First 17 were God tier and he was running hot. Last 17 have been horrendous and he's been poor. I think getting out of Coors and getting with a team like Milwaukee, I think he'll be perfectly solid for them as middle relief. I don't think he's going to be fantasy relevant.
Josh Sperry and Paul Sporer, if you can send the link to Sporer's wonderful podcast, mate, please do. If you have it offhand.
I don't think you want him on here.
Oh no.
If you knew what he was wearing. He asked me for it and I didn't send it to him for that reason. So
oh no, never mind. He just texted me. I was gonna do him a favor, but now no. Okay, yeah,
Justin.
We have the Giants close to acquiring Marcelo Mayer from the Red Sox for I lost it. It's almost here, guys. Give me a second. For who is it? Eric Miller and Andrew. Oh yeah, and Eric Miller.
Eric Miller and that's it.
That's it.
Meyer's stock has fallen that much?
No, it's the Red Sox trading.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm not like the biggest Meyer guy, just yikes.
I have no idea.
Crazy.
I mean, I know that Meyer's great, and I don't really know Eric Miller, who I assume is just a basic reliever.
He's a 28-year-old
the
basic,
Nationals
like,
are acquiring Joe
lefty.
Blassie in that Nationals-Orioles trade with Christian Franklin, just so you guys know.
Okay.
But wow, Eric Miller, is he that good of a reliever?
I don't think so. He has a 15% walk rate. He does have a 30% K rate, but he's a lefty who's missing a bunch of bats, has never known where the zone is. 16% walk rate, to be real.
Oh, sounds like a perfect playoff pitcher where you're just like, what is going on?
Right. Like, oh my God. That's crazy.
Marcelo Mayer. And tell me more about Marcelo Mayer.
So, big time prospect when he was coming up. What was it? Like top 5 pick overall, I believe. I can't remember what number it was, 4, 5, or 6 there. But was supposed to be a big time middle infielder as the number 4 overall pick back in 2021. Things have stalled out horribly for him. But you're still talking about a 23-year-old who has 364 major league plate appearances. We just saw Jordan Walker after 1,000 plate appearances finally break through at age 25. Like, this is still a completely unwritten story. I cannot believe that all you could get for him was a lefty reliever who has no idea how to find the plate.
Yeah.
Say what you want about prospect pedigree. You don't have to be the biggest fan of it. This dude was a 4-time top 15 prospect. And in today's game, the prospect mavens just aren't that wrong that often. And again, I'm not saying he's going to necessarily pop off, but I feel like his stock should have been more in a trade market like this than just a lefty 28-year-old. Not even a young flame-throwing lefty with Eric Miller. It's just a run-of-the-mill 28-year-old. No shade. I'm just being real about him.
I mean, all right, he's no Mason. It's the wrong
No,
Miller.
he is not. Not the
like
wrong
Bobby?
Miller for sure. Yeah, more like Bobby when Bobby was having a lot of trouble finding the zone.
So here's what I'm seeing from Eric Miller. This season has a 97 mile per hour fastball, 6.7 extension. I was wondering if that's what it was. Is that the Red Sox have really gotten extension heavy, which I'm generally a fan of.
Yeah.
This is a 2-plane, a little bit sinker, 17, 18 inches of run. Makes sense. 4-seamer is at 15 and -9. Slider is a big boy, 86, but can range all the way from like 2-plane at 12 and 12 to nothing.
That's probably why he has all those walks.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at his strike zone plot, and I cannot express how much this is just confetti.
Yeah.
So what?
That's such a good way to describe it. Confetti. I like that.
Oh my, thank you. No.
Yeah, so like I love this for San Francisco, this buy low here. Even if nothing comes of it, you do this move a gorillion out of a gorillion times just to take a shot on a 23-year-old. Chat's mentioning that he's got a bunch of injuries. I agree. Like, I'm not sitting here singing the praises of Marcelo Mayer or saying he's going to become a star. This is a lottery ticket you take as a washed out team in a given year. I think any other team, I don't know who else they called for a lefty, but I hope nobody turned this deal down. If this was their first offer and the Giants said yes, great. But I would have done this for a run-of-the-mill lefty.
Yeah, I even looked at it. He has allowed very few runs in the last 21 games, but it's a 1 ERA in those games across about 17 innings, 133 WHIP. But it's a reliever. 30%.
Yeah.
It's still about 2 whiffs a game in appearance, 15% swing strike rate overall.
And hey, we
enough.
opened the show about saying like we're not going to put too much stock on pitching coaches. We give credit to certain organizations that we care about. Boston is one of those, though. So I will say, like, if there were a team that I thought could maybe have a tweak in mind for Miller to work those walks down, sure, I could see it with Boston. I still don't see how it's Myers straight up for this guy.
There are 2 things going on. Actually, one thing rather. The Giants didn't just get Henry Lalane.
Okay.
They also got
They're having a great deadline.
Caden Kent, the son of Jeff Kent.
Of Jeff, yes.
Jeff Kent of the Giants.
Hall of Famer. I like that. That's
a nice little element
of that family synchronicity there. That is interesting. By the way, I like how much his general demeanor has softened in his old age. You know,
has he, I know Jeff Kent?
Yeah, big
like
time.
Being
like
sarcastic.
No, not at all. Like the nicest dude. At least it's from the interviews during Hall of Fame, and he even talked about it. Like Brian Kenny flat out said, like, without saying directly, he's like, you used to be a jerk and you're a really nice guy now. And he's like, and Kent basically said, yeah, I kind of got over myself.
All I know really of him is watching Survivor, and I did not like that guy.
No. And he was not particularly likable, but he acknowledged that he had to have the edge to get himself where he needed to be a player. And he's like, to me, the edge was always to be mean. He's like, maybe I had the wrong read, but it got me here. He said, but I put that behind him. Now, like, he's really competitive about his kids and all that. And he came across like a really nice guy. In his playing day, I thought he was one of the worst.
We never stop growing, says that.
That's right.
And I cannot agree more.
That's right. And it was nice to see somebody
be whoever you want to be.
Yep. And it was really nice to see a guy evolve like that, because he was literally a 180 from who he was when he was a player.
All right. Well, we have 40 minutes left, and we're getting momentum. I mean, like, I gotta say, I think like last year or 2 years ago, there was just like nothing. It was crickets.
It took forever, and then we had the late flurry. Remember, because there was one of those years where we literally had an hour of post-deadline deals. They kept trickling in. But then, for as long as we've been doing this, though, I think our hit record on good deadlines is higher than the miss.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Since we've been doing
completely.
this.
I remember the Zach Greinke deal at the Wire as well.
Yes,
Pete Bloss was in that deal.
We've been through a lot of deals. We need to figure out when we exactly started this, because I want to say it's close to like 7-8 years. We've been through a
lot, me and Sporer.
Been through so many deals.
I remember I think the first time is when we did a back-to-back like graphic.
Yes, I do remember when we did the back-to-back graphic.
We did that. I'm pretty sure. Okay, who is the biggest name that we think is going to get dealt who has not yet?
Man, I want to still lean on Detmers just because the Angels are having such a good deadline. I think they find that deal for him. I really do.
I would say that it's whoever the Yankees get. And the final deal, by the way, with the Brewers and the Rockies for Antonio Senzatella is that the Rockies are getting Mark Manfredi and Juan Martinez, the shortstop there. 2 guys that I'm going to see right now, and 5 years see. I'm like, oh, I guess he plays for the Rockies, and that's going to be
right. And they'll say like, oh, and he came over in the Senzatella deal. Maybe we'll see some. But you know what? That's the right move to make. And just day one walking in there, Paul DePodesta brought them up like 7 levels from where they were. Not because that he's made them so great. This is less singing the praises about DePodesta and more talking about how low the Rockies were, that his bringing them just got them to like a par. Like they're just kind of like not 10 times worse than the worst team anymore.
Sure.
Maybe losing some of their paste-eating moniker that Jeff Erickson has given them. And so I like a deal like this. This is a free agent. What in God's name would you keep Senzatella for today? No. So smart move by them, even if these prospects aren't that good.
Do you think the Yankees are still trying to get Mike Trout?
Could you imagine? Not after the Ramos deal. Because then are you moving off of Dominguez? I mean, again, we still don't know if Dominguez or Jones is in the deal. But let's say one of them is. I guess you could send the other one out if you got Trout.
I'll be honest with you right now. Nothing would make me happier.
There's
no trade. The Yankees are still working on acquiring bats. Their run production is down more than a run since Judge went on IL. I gotta say something really quickly, guys. Let's see a lot of these beat reporters and really amazing insiders saying lines like that. It always cracks me up. Like,
why is that?
The extra stats at the end of the things that they're hearing.
You're saying
right?
you don't really need to explain that
Why the Yankees
offense
need a
is
bat.
down. Right. Like we
Nothing gets
know that
Heyman.
the best
I
player in the
actually really
universe is
respect
out.
Heyman. I think Heyman gets a lot more flack than he deserves.
I
Unbelievably
agree.
so.
And a wonderful guy in person, I will say.
Yes.
Say what you want
I
about him
met
online.
first visit, twice now.
Remarkably kind. Yes, same.
And but it just cracks me up. You can see from Nightingale all the time. He adds his, which is he was like tracking the Tigers every single time. It's stuff like this. It's just like, right, we get it.
Yeah, we know why they're making that deal.
The Dodgers
we know
are really
why.
good. The Tigers aren't so good. Like.
No, I agree with. It's like we know the impetus for the deal, but thank you. I do appreciate you trying to look out for us.
All right, so we still have some more here, obviously in time here, but yeah, I would love Mike Trout. I mean, come on, that'd be
so cool. Obviously, I have no love lost for the Yankees, but getting Trout out of LA would be great. So even I would be happy to see somebody go to the Yankees.
If I think about New York, like the Mets and the Yankees, it's always about that superstar who's aging. Like, give him some moment in a bigger.
Give him a chance to be in the sun. Yes, I couldn't agree more. I would truly love that if they got that done out of nowhere. That would be so cool to me.
Jersey boy.
Yeah, he'd be going home basically. And frankly, you mentioned the Yankees, but like I thought Philly could have been a fit for him too because they were looking for bats, and like he's even more home at Philly. So I thought that would have been interesting. Obviously, they've turned that around with what they did with getting a rise. Nobody had a rise going there though.
What's really funny is traditionally what the Phillies do is get a guy under 220 average, not the extreme.
Right. For them to get, that's why I like that move though. I don't love the defense that they had to do with it, but the fit into the lineup to be so different from everything else they have, I do kind of like that dynamic because when you have all three true outcomers, you can go really cold there. He's the guy who's always going to be putting the ball in play and kind of mixing things up.
Well, that's actually the thing that I've talked about a lot, where it's what is lost in WRC plus and OPS plus and everything is to have a playoff team that's successful. You have to have variety in how you get your success.
Yep.
It's just such an important thing. You can't get beat by one thing, right? I'll always think about Judge Stanton and Sanchez striking out the side on the same sliders down away.
Yep.
Like, you can't have the same flaw in all of them. I understand the average of everything, but like it's how data lies to you, right?
Especially in the playoffs because it's those short samples, and if nobody puts the ball in play, just if they get cold for a series, which happens, all the strikeout guys, you go innings without the ball having been put in play, and it's a nightmare.
The Mets are doing something, but it's not a trade.
Oh,
well, they're at least trading with their own system because they're promoting Jeffrey Yan.
That's interesting. I thought you were going to say that they were going to trade Freddie Peralta's giveaway day with the Rays because did you hear that they're still going to go through with it even though he's gone?
They should.
That's hilarious to me. I don't mind that they are, but it is the most Mets gonna Mets thing that you could really think of after a trade, right?
I could be making this up, but I could have sworn I saw that the Pittsburgh Pirates, when the Dodgers were in town, were doing an Ohtani bobblehead day.
Now that I love. I'm not even joking. I think that makes just a lot of sense. My sister and I have had an idea.
From a business standpoint, but I'll be honest with you, if I ever went to my home team and I saw a bobblehead from the guy on the other team, I don't know if I agree with that.
I think it's fair to be annoyed by that. I was praising it from a business standpoint because something my sister and I have said is that every road team should bring like X amount of merchandise and have it available at the game too.
Right.
Like I don't know why there's nothing of the away team available. Like, sure, I know that the home team, but split it with the home team then, right? Like some sort of deal there where the home team gets a little something for housing it. But why don't they just bring X worth of merch on the road with them? Or why doesn't every team just have every team stuff?
This is not the series when the Dodgers are in Pittsburgh. It's a series when Pittsburgh Pirates are in Los Angeles. So they're doing
good. Okay.
They're doing good.
Got it.
But you can imagine that happening. Oh my gosh, he has a shirt and
I could totally see it. Okay, he put a shirt on. When he showed it to me, he didn't have a shirt. And that's why I'm not giving him the link because Nick will kill me.
You got to bring up the sex appeal a little bit, guys. And I just thought,
of course you got to say that with your mic clipping. Like,
is my mic clipping?
It was when he said that. It was very good for the effect. We've got a quiet moment here. Just a moment. How do you feel about the trade here with Elliot Ramos and the Yankees?
Y'all are having a day, Justin. They're finally selling.
I think we did exactly what we should do. Trade anybody we can that isn't part of the next good Giants team, which is
everyone.
Everybody. Yeah, exactly. So
Logan Webb is still there?
I would love to see them trade Roop. I'd love to see them trade Logan Webb. I think pretty much trade anybody except for Casey Schmidt, who's now hurt, and Bryce Eldridge. So, but they're not gonna trade Webb. They're not gonna trade Jung-Hoo Lee. So at least Ramos, who they have a bunch of outfield guys in AAA that they need to give time to kind of see if those guys are going to be a part of the next good Giants team. So I
remember
love
we talked about it on the pod with Ramos.
Yep.
Like, yes, he's youngish, but like, why keep him? Someone in the chat asked who Nick roots for. He's likely a Yankees fan. He doesn't really root for team anymore.
Well, what happens is that I grew up as a Yankee fan because I want to be happy in life being from New York. And the thing is, as I started to do this, I just became a guy that roots for the pitcher on the mound, but then we root for the Yankees in October.
Yeah, and I still go pretty hard for my Tigers, and Justin hates his Giants.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why you want to get rid of Roop. I would want to get rid of him too.
I think you could sell high on him if they had opened up the market. I don't think I haven't heard any rumoring on him at all, probably just because he has team control, but it would have been interesting in the same way that Ramos makes sense to me. I know pitching is different than hitting, but like in the same vibe of like, is a 27-year-old Roop really going to be on the next good Giants team? To Justin's point, no.
Yeah. They should be doing what the Angels are doing right now, which is trade anyone and everyone.
Angels are having a day.
Check your mic there, Mason.
Is there something wrong with my mic?
It's
no,
loud.
You just sound like it's like canny.
It's just loud too.
Yeah, it's weird.
You're a lot louder than us.
By the way, watchers, there's just nothing wrong with Mason's mic. I'm just doing this to him. That's really funny.
That would be kind of funny.
You don't sound as silky smooth as you can. Is that a wait? Hold on a second.
Leave him alone. No. Yes, it is. Leave him alone. Let him have his mic.
No, but you're pointing it as if the mic is at the top.
Oh yeah. Teach him how to use the blue Yeti. Yeah, that's right.
Upside down?
No. You have to be upright and you speak into it like this.
Like that?
No, like this. Look at how my hand is.
Oh
but you either have to get closer or stand it up and put it to your face.
How is
Foster,
this happening?
whoa!
Whoa, we got a deal going on.
Foster to the guards. The Guardians come in.
Ken Rosenthal saying Griffin Foster. I feel bad for him, but Foster Griffin.
Oh, I feel bad. He botched that.
Which is kind of hilarious because you think of Gryffindor, Guardians, it's all fantastical.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of too, Nick.
Foster Griffin there. It makes all the sense to me. I felt like they needed one more for depth purposes,
right?
But also Slade Ciccone, I am not part of this labor game.
I'm out on Slade as well. Justin, are you still with him? I know he was one of your guys. Now you're muted.
I muted myself so I could position the mic better.
Okay, sorry. Are you still on Slade? He used to be your guy.
Yeah, I had some hope for him when he came over to the Guardians, but it just has not worked out for him at all.
So Mason,
no, yeah.
Here's your mic pointing up.
Yes.
You're supposed to talk like this.
Yeah, that's what I was showing you.
Like this.
Like I'm doing right now.
No, put it more upright, straight up, vertical.
Yes.
There you go.
Well, now I got to move closer to my mic.
Oh,
I mean, you don't though. It actually sounded really good.
Oh man, that sounds so good.
You're getting more coverage now.
Is that better?
Maybe to the Red Sox for Arias is what the rumor is.
What? No.
If that happens,
no.
You got to turn down the gain there, Justin. Okay.
That's not a rumor. That's a Twitter rumor to me.
That's a stupid Twitter rumor.
I might be wrong, but like that'd be crazy. I like Otto Lopez, by the way. This is not an anti.
I was like, I know it's something wrong. Otto.
Yeah, I told you that in your Twitch chat. Remember? I learned that recently.
Oh no, I was like, yeah,
Otto.
I said Otto. I was like, that can't be weird though.
It's so hard not to say Otto. But
it's Otto.
Yeah, it's Otto.
Oh,
that's how you pronounce it in Spanish.
Hello, Otto.
Hello, Otto. Great reference there. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, man. He's got 3 more years after this, 27, 28, and 29. Do you do that for Arias though?
No.
I wouldn't do that. Let's get back to this Guards deal. So Foster Griffin going to the Guards. Nick, the Guards are a team that we always gas up when they get somebody, right? Probably too much, just universally, right? And I know that you're doing the whole hand thing because I agree with you. They don't always just fix everyone. They're a good pitching organization. What are they going to do here with Griffin? Is there anything that needs to be done, or is he just going to be plug and play, same guy, solid average dude?
So easy. All I wanted from Foster Griffin was to be sent to a team that would let him go 7 still.
And this is the
And when
right
I
team
think
to
about
do
the
that.
Guardians,
Yep.
they love, it's all from back in the day when Terry Francona was there and he just went to get a new popsicle and he forgot that the guy was still in.
He had to go get a new pack of gum and a popsicle, and he totally forgot.
The Nationals are getting 4 players back.
Wow.
We don't know
I
who.
mean, that makes sense. Like,
Bad
Griffin's
farm
been
system,
great.
Send them all. That's what you're saying, right?
What's that?
Bad farm system, so you just send a lot.
Right,
of them?
exactly. Because this is exactly what I would think that Houston would have to do if they get a big piece. It's
Yeah.
going to be a 4-pack of not too much, but maybe something will pop.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, Justin, we have only so much time left. What?
Jeff Hoffman getting hugs in the Toronto
Twins
Blue
acquired
Jays.
Jeff Hoffman.
There it
according
is.
to The Athletic.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Twins have had a good
Passion has
deadline.
reported as well. Jeff Hoffman.
Yeah.
Hug Watch has turned into Tweet Watch, and we'll see what the return is there. Now the Twins going for it because Dean Kramer, Jeff Hoffman changes everything.
I mean, they're lightly going for it, but this is the right thing to do, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think they can pack in again like they did
They're
last
one
year.
or the other. You can't just sit.
Yeah, like the Tigers. Well, I guess they sold Skubal, but then they did nothing else.
I'm kind of shocked by the Tigers not really
You
doing
shouldn't
anything
be.
else.
You
Like,
shouldn't
it's just-
be.
I mean, okay, hold on. It's not
So
over.
frustrating. I know.
It's not over.
I know. Something could come through, but like, have we heard a single rumor? I know that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
But I mean, like the Diamondbacks still haven't gotten a pitcher. Like I could see Mize going to the Diamondbacks.
Justin, you can do this. I believe in you. Just turn down.
Still?
Oh yeah. You want it to be at like the 9 o'clock, like 25% up.
Is that better?
Oh yes.
There you go. You sound crispy.
Wonderful.
Okay, there we go.
Is he
Yeah.
going to close? That's a good question. Is he?
Oh, is Jeff
No,
Hoffman going to close?
No, I don't think
Oh.
so. I think it's. I
No.
think we've learned that Jeff Hoffman is not a closer. That he
Wait,
is.
wait.
Whoa.
I don't necessarily agree with that
Yeah, I
because
don't
like,
agree with that either.
why would who's closing for Yoendris Gomez? Is he going to keep that job over Hoffman? I think
I mean-
Hoffman's there to close.
I think they'll probably just go with the best arm at the best time. This
Generally,
is
but
yeah.
I agree with that, but I think it'll lean if Hoffman available, yes. If not, then next option sort of vibe. I think he's still the first filter they run through.
We'll see. Well, I think we'll learn really, really quickly.
Right. I agree. I think we'll
Okay,
know
going back
right
to
away.
Mason,
No, no.
what is the deal you're waiting for? What is your prediction at the 11th hour?
I mean, I kind of agree with Paul. Like, I think Reed Detmer's got to go somewhere. I mean, the Angels have
Just complete their big day.
Yeah, the Angels have just done everything they need to kind of get rid of as many pieces that aren't going to be a part of their next good team outside of Mike Trout. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Neto is part of that, but
That'd be hot.
they clearly want more than Boston was willing to give up if they wanted Arias. And this is why I don't think Arias is going at all. Like,
Me
if they're not
neither.
willing to do it for Neto, they're not really willing to do it for anybody.
Right.
But I could see Reed Detmers here. I mean, Casey Mize. There's no reason for the Tigers to hold on to Casey Mize here. The Diamondbacks need a pitcher
Right.
really, really bad. The Braves need like 17 more pitchers. So like, there's a number of teams that could use it. But this has just been probably my favorite trade deadline we've had in about a decade.
I mean,
It's
we've
just
had a
been
lot of
so
things. What's
fun.
actually really interesting is that there aren't really too many big things.
No, they're just a bunch of solid,
But it's
impactful moves.
exactly
It's a
what you
volume
should be
thing.
doing,
Yes.
right?
Yes. These are
And that
filling
makes me
all the
happy.
holes. I want to close these tabs, so I'm going to give the information. We didn't need it. In fact, we were making fun of Bob Nightingale for tacking on the information that the Yankees offense needs help. But I did want to put numbers to it.
Yes.
With Judge, of course, they were elite. They were the second best WOBA in baseball. Literally without him, they're dead last. And I didn't quite realize that they were dead last. They've gone from 336, second to only the Dodgers, through May 31st, to 291 since June 1st. That I did not realize. I knew it was bad. I didn't realize it was that bad. That's
And
crazy.
so few points. Oh my gosh.
Did you say so few points instead of few runs?
Because that's what Boone said.
Oh, okay. I have heard managers.
Only
I've
thing.
heard Hinch call them points before too, and I'm like, what? Don't say that.
John
That's
Heyman
gross.
is saying that the Yankees, speaking of which, are still inquiring on righty hitters, pen help, and backup catchers. Not mentioned starting pitchers, which is actually kind of interesting
You think?
because there was an understanding that they would be looking for something.
Just some depth to get to the finish line because their playoff roster's set if it's healthy.
Right. And Rodon at some point coming back. But
Right.
now they have
Rodon
Warren
was
and they have
seen
Weathers,
throwing-
and It's always been Cole and Fried and Rodon, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a little interesting there. And But all right, everything else.
Because weather's worn a little sketchy. So, yeah, they could maybe use an extra arm just to get through these final 2 months and figure some things out. But, yeah, it looks like they still want a bunch of stuff. I think the Yankees, I'm going to put them down for one of our post 6 p.m. deals because they're a lot. Yeah, that's a minus 1,000 in Vegas. I'm not even making a special call there. That's a lock.
Absolutely. We've got Nathan Eovaldi, who will not be traded today, who has a full trade clause.
Full no trade. So he said, I wonder if he had to enact it the way DeGrom did, because there was a report that DeGrom legit said, nah.
Yeah, that's the report right now on Eovaldi, is that he refused to waive his no trade.
God, do I wish we could get those deals that were turned down. I wish we could get all that info. That'd be so fun.
Mitch Bann of The Athletic, representing the Blue Jays often, is saying that Dason Hill, John Klein, and Demary Pena is the return for Jeff Hoffman.
I don't know much about that. I don't know anything about those guys. I shouldn't say much. That
I know everything about the sport, of course.
Hill had some prospect pedigree a while ago. I don't know if he still does, but Hoffman also has a year left on his.
I was gonna say Hoffman's a 1+, so
he's got $11 million a year left. So,
and that's the thing too. I'm seeing Nootbaar has been traded. Nootbaar was pulled off the field in St. Louis and hugging his teammates.
Where's he going? There were some Houston rumors ages ago on him.
The Yankees when they're talking about righty hitters. Is he?
Well, he's a lefty. He's a lefty. Because I was gonna say when you said that, I'm like, I don't think they need him.
Oh, that's funny. We'll see what happens there. Thank you so much, Eric Samosi, coming in from the YouTube comments.
If it's Houston, that'd be a great fit.
In the rumor mill there's Ali Marmol just walked out to bring back lose Nootbaar. Just kidding. Lose Nootbaar. Lose Nartbar.
I hope he can stay healthy. I've always liked Noot. I almost call him Nartbar now too. I've always liked Nootbaar. I hope he can stay healthy. That's obviously going to be the key to any success wherever he's headed.
I'll be honest. I just think Nougat Bar every time.
That's fair. I think that is fair to think that.
The Newt boot.
Yancey said, yeah, the Cardinals trading Lars, call it a Newt boot. He's getting booted out of there.
Oh, man. Where is he going, Mason?
I'm still looking. Though the Cardinals having a quiet deadline, but a pretty good deadline.
Where's he going?
I think they're doing well. He's telling you to pick a team, Justin, not get the actual answer.
Who needs a...
Where's he going?
I think Houston's the right call.
I'm sticking with Houston. That was my first pick.
I'm going to say he is going to of course, guys, it's going to be the Brewers.
Do they need a lefty, though?
Where he's going to go to San Diego, I think.
San Diego makes sense, too. That was probably my second team for him, so I can get with you on that.
Houston did get Varsho. Good point there.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fine. That's They can use more than one, but no, that's a great call. I had totally forgotten about Varsho.
Josh Hardy and Ken Galise Verges and outfielder Nick Mitchell are the return for Foster Griffin from the Guardians.
Give them to me again.
Oh boy. Why do you make me do that?
I know that was mean, but I'm just trying to.
Will Beyond, Josh Hardy, Ken Douglas, Verges, and outfielder Nick Mitchell.
No top teners from the Cleveland system.
Definitely
so we
do not trust the outfielder. That's too.
We thought it was going to be a volume poo-poo platter type of deal of just here's some volume prospect. I know that's a little nasty to say, but it's just going to be a quantity over quality type of deal, and they'll see if they can spike a lottery ticket. It's like getting
New York City is saying Phillies.
That's my boy.
YouTube comments. The Phillies are not starting JT Realmuto, Brandon Marsh, and Justin Crawford.
That's interesting because that's two lefties and a righty, so it's not like a lineup thing. It could be are these potential trades?
Absolutely. Oh man, so. Mason, what was your big time? Oh, you said Reed Detmers. Oh, whatever. Padres have been working on Newt or Burleson all day. They just traded Lars Nootbaar. You gotta wonder.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I will say about the Astros is they have Lamont Wade Jr. in left field, even after the Varsho deal. So I still think they're possible. I still think they're on the table here, but it does seem like Padres might be.
The Royals haven't traded anybody, have they?
No,
they did Chris Bubich to the Dodgers.
Yeah, did you see that? And then Lane Thomas a few days ago. But Nick and I were kind of crazy that Lugo and Walker are still there, right?
Lugo,
That seems nuts.
Walker's going to get moved for sure.
You would think,
but it's spot 45.
You would think, and we have not heard rumoring either. Which again, I know that doesn't.
Didn't Lugo get traded right at 3:00 one year?
I think so. when he got traded to
I love that you said 3
the.
o'clock. I'm like, yeah, but the deadline's at 6. Why are you pointing?
Oh,
at 3?
sorry.
Oh,
6
well,
o'clock.
it used to be at 3.
Yeah.
No. He's saying West Coast. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember that too. Yeah, back in the day, it was noon on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
So
Um,
both Waka and Lugo have team control though too. So I think that's probably why they're like, if we don't get the right offer, we're not going to do it. So I will say that like it's not malpractice if they have both those guys tomorrow,
Lugo,
which I
I
did.
mean, Lugo's 37. Like they got to move him. Like just.
So keep in mind, by the way, everyone's talking about Reed Detmers, but the Reed Detmers is still with the Angels, right? Like they have some control for him. Still.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it could be a Sandy situation where they go, you know what? We saw everything out on the market, not enough.
Let's
Do
trade
well
him in
for
the
this year,
offseason.
Trade in the offseason. That happens
Yeah.
all the time. You saw
I
Eric
agree.
Cabrera, a good example of this.
No, they're not in a
so-
position where if they don't trade him, they're stupid. I agree with
Right.
you.
Yeah, it's not a rental in that
And
way.
the Diamondbacks haven't done anything yet. Like, what are they? gonna do?
Hindsight is 2020. This is fun. Says Chris Cotillo. The rumor was the Red Sox could have gotten Ketel Marte for early and Mayer this winter. They instead got Curtis Mead and Eric Miller.
Yikes. Well, it's like a stock market, and they didn't get their Bitcoin out in time.
I mean,
That's
it's so
tough.
funny because I love early.
Me too.
Padres trying to land Newt Bar, Burleson, or Larnach to fill lefty need from John Heyman a minute ago.
Larnach would be a great fit too.
I don't think the
He's
Twins
up
would move him.
with
though.
with the
No, they have
imagery.
Walner, so they can do a major league deal for Larnach. Trade him to somebody that gives them something to help the team right now because they can just move Walner right in, and they're not that different.
Get an Adrian Moron.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I know they've gone and gotten some bullpen, so maybe they're satiated with what they've gotten, so they're going to keep
You
him.
can never have too much for the post.
Agreed. And it's not like Jeff Hoffman, as you mentioned, has his trouble, so it's not like the bullpen is fixed.
Right.
But
So,
I like the
man,
Minter pickup a lot.
I'm amazed. I'm not seeing anything right now. This is incredible. It's quiet.
Why
Super quiet.
wouldn't the Angels trade Trout? Well, you got to work a lot of logistics in that deal. It's not as simple as just trading him. You got to find something that makes it worth it. You got to find somebody that wants to buy Trout at a high level because you can't take a bath on him. I think from like a fan standpoint, it'd be better to just let him ride out the contract than to take a
why
terrible
would Mason
deal.
Miller get moved? They're trying to make the playoffs right now. White Sox have DFA'd Everson Pereira to clear the 40-man for Bart.
Makes sense. What was that? Why would Mason Miller get moved? That never really made sense to me.
It was only if they were going to be able to clear Bogarts' deal
The
along with it.
Padres made an offer to
okay.
the Red Sox for Jared Duran involving Dylan Cease. And then the Red Sox quickly rejected it. The
Way
package
back.
also included catching prospect Ethan Salas and another prospect not.
Well, this is
Weird.
this is we're going back to
the
yesteryear, right?
Diamondbacks! The Diamondbacks are acquiring Lars Nootbaar.
Oh wow, okay,
Oh,
we didn't have
Woo!
them.
Jeff
So
Passan
that's
is hot.
That's interesting because they've had Kepler doing some decent work for them.
Yeah, Kepler's been great the last few weeks.
And I would have thought that would, I mean, what's the difference between, I guess his composite numbers are pretty wretched, 77 WRC plus, but it's not like Nootbaar's tearing the cover off.
I
the
mean,
ball.
they also have a spot at the DH where they have Adrian Castillo kind of sitting. So, like, I think
That's a good point.
This is amazing. You want to call him the Newt Bra? Like, that's whew, I'm in there.
I like Newt. And Newt can play some first, can't he? And they've got Tim.
so.
I thought he's played some first before. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
I don't believe so, but I could be wrong there.
No, he hasn't. He's just
I love
three
the
outfield
name.
spots.
Jason Kendall Roy is an amazing
That's
handle.
funny.
Says
That's
the Red
really
Sox
funny.
aren't done. What else we got here? Your source confirms. Yeah, blah blah blah. Da, 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 da. All right.
So maybe we see
I-
Burleson go to San Diego. Burleson
Yeah.
feels like a San Diego Padre, to be quite honest.
Agreed.
So,
I can see that totally.
so I'd
Raise
love
your
to.
hand.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you get annoyed that. Oh, just in general. Wow, you guys are so.
Sorry.
If
He didn't say Simon Says. Sorry.
I know.
get slightly annoyed that all of the major insiders report the same deal.
Oh God, yes. It's like, do we need everyone reporting it? Do you think we only follow you, Ken, or only follow?
So all I've got Bob, I got Passan, I've got Rosenthal. Those are the three I go for.
I just have passing up. If it's not passing,
Not Passan, yeah.
it didn't happen.
But yeah, I'm like, okay, Bob. Yep. Okay, I saw it, Ken. Yep.
Right, and like if your first level is Bob, then you're definitely waiting on that. Like that's not good enough to go. But then
Yeah, but that's the most fun one.
I know that's
You gotta
true.
see that one first.
just to embarrass
Heyman
yourself.
isn't bad too. You know what? I actually meant to have Heyman.
Yeah, no,
on.
I thought you said him because Heyman.
Yeah,
I usually
don't know why he's
passing
not on.
Rosie.
Yeah, he's the last one I got to do. Absolutely. Oh, hey, he follows me. Look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
And what a nice guy. All right, he has
I
a
have to use-
million followers now.
Heyman does.
Yeah.
Good for him. Like you were saying earlier, he catches a lot of flack, and
I
I don't
love
think
Heyman.
it's all deserved.
Yeah. I know. I met him the winter meetings.
That's
At
where I met
first
him
he was
too.
Like, oh God, here's someone else.
Dallas.
You know, I actually got to talk to him. He like opened up one else. So I was like, dude, you do not deserve it. I was like, oh, he's like, oh, okay. Then I saw him at City Field. He remembered me and everything. It was nice. It's a great guy.
That's
Great guy.
awesome. I have also.
Padres trying to land Newt Bar, Burleson, or Larnack, but they didn't get him. Now, I'll be very surprised if we don't see George Lombard Jr. in the major leagues very soon, says Jack Curry.
Interesting.
They'll stash him because no more Volpe, baby. I wonder if the Yankees are trying to deal Volpe.
Well, if it's anything like the Marcel Meyer deal, they ain't gonna get a dang thing back for him.
No, they'll get some random reliever from some team. It becomes their closer, you know?
True.
Should have traded that for Eric Miller.
For
Right?
Mason Miller, yes. Oh, who says no? Anthony Volpe and Jason Dominguez.
I'll hang up and listen. First time.
Oh no,
long
no, no!
time.
I said for Eric Miller.
Oh, for Eric Miller.
I know
Yeah.
you did, yeah.
Would you prefer Miller or or Meyer or Volpe on that?
I think I prefer Volpe. I think just Volpe has.
He's the more true center
Yeah.
shortstop for sure.
Yeah, I mean the problem is they have Adames locked in forever in San Francisco.
Right.
So.
Is Meyer even playing short these? I guess he has 24 games there. I have to use restrooms.
Okay,
So
I'm trying to see, guys, if there's anything else I got coming in here.
Eric Miller not a free agent until 2030. Yeah, I know Eric, but he sucks at baseball. He has like a 17%.
I mean,
All right,
he's only had
Pull
3
back.
walks since the beginning of July. So like,
Pull back.
he has
Wait,
been
wait.
much better.
Wait. He went a month with 3 walks, and his composite number
Yeah.
is still 16%. That is not a plus. I'm almost.
That means you
He
had
made,
5 days.
he made it. He made a change, and now he's not walking as many guys.
All
The
right,
problem is the zone rate has not been great.
The Cubs are also scheduling Edward Cabrera and Daniel Palencia for rehab outings on Wednesday with
Hot.
AAA Iowa, a timeline that would potentially have them activated by the middle of August.
Hot.
Okay, so
That'd be nice to get both them back.
the Cubs feel like they're done now.
It seems like it, right? Like, what
Yeah.
else would they be doing? They've done a lot, by the way.
Unless they're going to add to the offense, I just don't see where they're like. And
They-
even that,
Who would get replaced?
But who's getting Juan Soto?
Yeah, I think the offense
mean,
is set.
they could add a DH type. Pedro, Ramirez doesn't need to be necessarily.
Yeah, they got Ramirez, Conforto, Taylor. They move that around. I don't know. They could, but I don't necessarily. Maybe another bullpen piece.
I don't know.
All
I mean, they're going to have
we
to move some of
Mets
those
aren't expected
starters to the
make
bullpen
any
at
more
some
deals.
point.
True.
No
What's
more
that?
deals for the Mets.
Did someone say that?
So no more Luis Roba Jr.
Yeah, it just seemed like he never really got rumored anywhere.
Which is crazy, right? Because isn't he a free agent at the end of the year?
I would have thought somebody would take a chance, but
And make it happen. And pop the cork,
Yeah.
finger snapping.
yep.
Spin the wheel, round and round.
All right,
it
I'm gonna go use
goes.
restroom. I'll be right back.
We've got 6 minutes left. It is 5:54. This has gone by. How I appreciate you, Dan. So Robert and Soto are staying indeed. Where did Sporer go? I just missed what he said.
He went to the
He's
bathroom.
missing- Okay, all right then. You got like no time left. You gotta what's good, Mason.
Yeah. Got to be
Mason.
able to hold it.
First of all,
Yes.
what's gonna happen now? What's the big deal that we're waiting for?
I think Burleson is going to be moved here at the deadline. I'm thinking San Diego for that one. Seattle was a team that was really rumored to be moving, either Hancock or George Kirby. Neither have happened. I'm wondering if the Braves or the Diamondbacks make sense for someone like that. Casey Mize, like I mentioned before, is another guy that could get moved here at the deadline on an expiring deal. So, someone's saying Soler to the Yankees.
No, he's saying, come on.
I
Get
know. That I don't think they want
Not a
that.
chance.
Yeah. Giants, or do the Giants have any other people that they can move? They have people they could move, but I don't know if people want them is the problem. They want to move Devers. They want to move Adames. They'd love to move Chapman, but Chapman got re-injured. I think he had the best opportunity of those 3 to get moved, and he
But yeah, I mean,
re-injured
what
his
you're saying
stomach.
about the The Mariners, yeah, we thought that like they have a 5 man, they have a 6 really with Cade Anderson, right? Like that is going to happen. So
You
it
think
doesn't-
Cade is
I'm
up
not too surprised
before-
if they hold on to Hancock and everything, just because they want to have some depth of some kind. Because after Cade Anderson, yeah, there's Ryan Sloan, but he's really made to be a reliever at least this year, it looks like. And there's nothing else. So I don't think that they should be dealing away Hancock at this point.
I don't think they would bring up Anderson to start his clock either, unless they got a long-term extension.
I mean, they would do it in like the middle of August or so. I think that's what it is. It's like you get the rookie of the year status for next year, like on the 17th of August.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
And you shouldn't be worrying
now-
about that when you're fully in contention and leading your division.
The Giants have 2 openings in the rotation, says Alex Pavlovich. Adrian Hauser might get 1. Tidwell and Tugboat are next up in Triple A.
Tugboat.
And
Yeah,
yes, Tugboat is
I think
there.
it'll be Tidwell.
So I want to highlight a
Daniel
comment.
Lowe is going
Ooh.
to the Guardians.
R.I.P. Manzardo.
I was gonna say, well, like Spider-Man meme, those two. I guess
Manzardo's been so bad.
he got to
and
get sent out. Yeah,
Lowe's been really, really good in Cincinnati.
he
so
has.
That makes a lot of sense.
Nate Lowe is just like,
I think Manzo. He
I'm
gets
still
traded.
here.
He
you
gets
know?
traded every year. I'm ready to keep.
We got the
putting-
Rangers, we got the Nationals, we got the Red Sox, we got. I'm trying to think of all the places he's been.
What you say? Rangers, Nats, Rays,
Rays,
Red
yeah.
Sox,
Rays, of course,
Cincy.
Rays, yeah. And then Cincy, and now
that's it.
the Guardians.
Yep. So this is the sixth
Woo-wee.
team.
Aren't you impressed that I knew that? I am.
That was very well done on a hitter, no less. So yeah, I think Justin's right. Manzardo got to get sent out because he has a 95 WRC plus, negative 0.1 WAR. So he has 2 options. That's just easy replacement right there. Nice little upgrade, right? Like that's not a blockbuster by any stretch, but you not only have to think about what Lowe has been doing, but also what he's improving. So he's replacing a guy who's been
Ooh.
negative. So it's a nice jump there. Go ahead. What do you got?
Victor Vodnik to the Marlins.
Interesting.
Who is Victor Vodnik?
He was their closer
He can
earlier
throw
in the
hundo.
season. He's just been in Colorado, so like now getting to go
So
to Miami is
Blake
not a bad
Tidwell
spot.
will likely start one of the next 2.
Okay.
So
that-
and Hauser could have an
Oh, for
opener.
Norby going to the Rockies. Maybe that'll help to be
Oh!
good.
It won't.
I know. I'm glad you didn't fold on our hatred for him. Not hatred, but
What's really
our,
funny is
our
that
fantasy
it's
dislike.
Norby and Stowers? Were those
Norby
the
and Stowers
two?
was for Rogers. Yep.
For Rogers. Okay.
And so now they're throwing Norby over.
It feels
for
like
Vodnik.
that deal's worked out for Baltimore in the end.
Speaking of which,
Absolutely.
Trevor Rogers
And they got
hasn't been
cooked
traded.
for it.
They got cooked.
Right? They got cooked for it because everyone judged it off of Rogers' second half with Baltimore.
Yeah, and
now we look up.
Blake
That-
Tidwell is someone to at least note. That is one of the guys that and I did mention as possible arms that we might be picking up as a product of the trade deadline opening spots. All right, we got 2 minutes to go.
I
There
got
are
to
gonna be
jump
things
on.
coming in without.
I got to jump
a
on
doubt.
Eric here. He's so right. The Moniak not being traded is insane. How are they not
Well, it's
trading
not
him?
over.
I know, but so far, like that's insane if they don't move him.
I would understand that. Michael Waka with the Royals. Maybe they think they're going to get a QO again. But
No, he's not. PJ Stowers isn't that good. But also,
Yeah.
let me amend Moniak. He's not a rental. I'm sorry. I thought he was. So I don't think he has to be traded.
all right.
He can be, but he doesn't have to.
Rogers
Trevor,
is one
what
that,
about
like,
Trevor
you-
Rogers though? Like, why?
That's
gotta
the
be
one
moved.
that I don't understand.
Like, get him to Arizona.
Get him to
Tampa
San
Bay
Diego.
have recalled Michael Grove from AAA.
Oh, remember him? Remember him when he did some things with the Dodgers? He had a few moments.
I totally remember the China.
Moniak,
Grove. Oh, man.
Moniak blocks Veen.
I
Nobody's
love that
blocking
song. I
Zach
can't even
Veen
lie.
himself.
Give me that yacht rock, but I love that song.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
I'm playing the whole song in my head.
Doobie
right
Brothers,
now, since you-
baby.
Yep.
Okay. It's what I think of every single time I see him. We got a traditional pencils down now at 6:00.
Yep.
Over
But-
under.
Over
Well,
under,
we set
I'm
the line
gonna go
usually
with
at 2.5. We set the line at 2.5.
Kirby
Oh,
Yates to the
pick
Pirates.
way over it.
Kirby Yates.
that one
Yeah,
counts.
Yep, Kirby Yates to the Pirates.
So that's
Way,
one.
way over on 2.5. I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I'm gonna say there's at least
I said
5.
five.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you all said 5. I think still over, but
Well,
I'm gonna
that's
say 3.
4.5 is what I'm getting at then. Kirby Yates to the Pirates, which it feels like
I was just going
is,
with the
I
line
don't
we
know,
set last
5 years
year.
too late.
It's fine. He's not going to be their closer. It's like their third reliever pickup. I think the two upstarts, the Pirates and the White Sox, have had great.
Casey
deadlines.
Mize to the Padres.
There it is. There's the Casey Mize deal.
Casey Mize to the Padres. John Heyman.
You called that. Yeah, you called it.
Did I not call that?
I know, but I was like,
Did I not call that?
You're happy? You got him? That means Troy
No,
Nelson
I'm not
obviously
happy. I
gets
don't know what.
reports.
We're
How
getting a bunch of
fast
crap.
will River Ryan go up? I don't know. You're probably going to see Ty
It's-
Madden. You're going to see Sawyer Gibson Long, probably.
The only reason that Rivers Ryan's not up today is because of his hammy. But the
Exactly.
second that he's ready, he's back up. I think the Tigers are just going to get probably a volume play here.
Evaldi, what?
No, they're going to get a volume play. They're going to get 3 guys because what else do they have to
Jackson
get?
Jobe also coming up. Great call there.
Job will be up. God, I'm so mad because I thought if they
from the Dodgers going to the Rays.
We have Jack Sawinski going to the Rays. Oh, you
I
just
just
said
said
that.
I
Okay,
really
never
just
mind.
said that. All right, so Scherzer, Springer, and everybody staying in Toronto. Also, Luke Backer from the Miami Marlins.
Lake Bakar.
Lake Bakar.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Backer. Telling
Lake
you,
Bakar.
Luke Backer.
Hey, he's actually been pretty nice. Again, dude, I'm gonna rage out because this is what the Tigers should have done. They have rebuilt their bullpen beautifully. Now, even if they didn't go get a big Weaver move like Pittsburgh did, but look at what they've done getting Duvall, Marinaccio a couple days ago. They got him beforehand. And then Bakar here right now. And then who was the other one we said? They got 4 new guys.
Yates.
And then that's without Weaver. The Tigers could have done something like that, kept Skubal and pushed forward, let alone going and getting somebody like Weaver.
So the Dodgers are acquiring Hunter Verduccia from the Rays in that deal. With
Reacquiring because that's where he came from.
Okay. And
So
then
the
you have
Dooch is
Zach
going back.
Curry saying that the Yankees are done.
So that's going to go
No
off
more
the
free
board
space.
as a
You got
no. Yeah. We had that as minus 1,000, which means we're taking everyone's money. We scored on that one because we're the house in this case, right? We're the ones making the lines.
Yes, you're the house.
So we said we had Yankees post 6 o'clock deal as minus 1,000, and all you suckers bet on it. Way to go, dummies!
Yeah.
We're taking your money on that one.
Let's see what we got. I'm here right now. Just see if there's
Dude,
anything I'm surprised the Yankees didn't get any relief help.
I am too, and they got rid of a reliever.
Orioles
Duvall.
are keeping Trevor Rogers.
Wow. Why? I just don't understand that.
He's a rental. That makes no
sense.
Because they want to re-sign him.
You can re-sign
do
him in
this
the offseason. Yeah.
Trade him and re-sign him. This has been done before. I like how he said it in unison, Justin. This has been done before. There's a playbook for this. Angels keeping Detmers, okay. Don't get upset about that. They did not have to trade him here. And if they weren't going to get the mint that they thought he was available for, I'm okay keeping him. They got him for 2 more years, y'all. They did not have to move Detmers. They can still do a huge offseason deal. Hell, they can keep him. If they think he's the ace of the future. I certainly do. I love Detmers. So I'm not going to kill them for that. They've had an excellent deadline. Anything on the Tigers returns yet?
Yeah, Cash Mayfield and
Oh, so
Jackson
we do
Wolf.
get something big. Or big-ish because they don't have a great
You
system.
guys
He's their
traded
number 2.
Mize
Cash
and Workman.
Mayfield and Jackson Wolf. Gage Workman is also going to the Padres.
You just did what Justin did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
Said
know.
what
I
he
had to
said
do it
by
back.
the
Did it on
way.
purpose.
Okay.
Did it on
Okay.
purpose.
I didn't know it was on purpose. I'm sorry. I fell for it then.
All right. That was a good time.
But very well done. Okay, that's actually a great return.
Yeah.
Cash for a rent. Okay, so the rental market, again, I mentioned it earlier, best it's been in a decade this year. And we thought maybe it could be better because there were so many good rentals available. Push come to shove, I was worried that the GMs would still be tight with it, but they opened up the pocketbooks a bit on some of these prospects.
The Yankees didn't get a catcher.
But who were they going to get? Stevenson's the one I think they should have
talked to the
gotten.
Pirates about Henry Davis.
Okay,
Jeffers and Goodman weren't going to be moved.
right. And so I think Stevenson's the miss.
Bro isn't in the deep league trenches with all of us. Exactly right, Yance. Honestly, when it comes to fantasy, I'm just like, All I care about is my own personal pitching ranks. That's what
Yeah.
matters the most.
Right, and you're not doing closer stuff. So no, listen,
I've got
I think not knowing
full-time Rick Graham doing that. Why would I possibly?
not knowing a lame Rockies closer, I'm gonna let Nick off the hook on that one.
All right. I'm not seeing anything else here at the moment, but I know we're gonna have at least one more.
I think so too. And if we do,
Yeah.
that'll land right on 3, which will be my number. You guys need a bunch more to come through
there
to
was
hit your 5.
There was a lot here.
No,
we
wasn't it
got-
just Yates and Mize after the deadline?
I mean, Lake.
Oh, Bakar is 2. So we're at 3 right now. You're right. You're right.
Lewinsky, Mize, Yates.
Was Sawinski after? Okay, we might be at 4 then. Okay, you guys were right then. My 3 was too light.
But I mean, those are not.
I can see. No. The quality has never mattered. Whenever we've done the lines on the
okay,
post
that's
6 o'clock, we're not saying bangers. We're just saying volume. So you guys,
All right,
you guys are
Twins
gonna
are
hit your
done.
number.
Twins are Dunzo.
Twins had a good deadline. I thought with their 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of thing, because they're only like one game. They're one
It's always
game
so
under.
interesting with that.
What's that?
It's always so interesting.
Well,
Like,
it's hard
Going
too
in
because
and out, it's like, but you're moving, but you're not.
right.
You know.
But like, they didn't just pack it in, and I respect that. After
Right.
last year's total teardown, they said, okay, this year we're one game under, and we're very much in this mix, so we're gonna do some stuff.
Yeah. I keep refreshing, guys. I keep trying to see if there's anything at all coming in here. I'm not seeing it. We'll wait here until about 6:15, and we get nothing more then.
Yeah, Brady Singer didn't get traded either.
He did not.
That also
3
feels
prospects
crazy.
are going to the Marlins from that reliever deal, like
Bakar. Yeah.
Bakar. No, it's. I'm pretty sure it's Bacher.
It might be Bacher. I know it's Lake. But you didn't even know his first name, so I figured maybe I was correcting you there.
No, it's not. All right, let's see here.
It is Bacher. Were you saying
I know the name Cash Mayfield. Why do I know that name?
just because he's a prospect of some moderate fame? I mean, there's not a ton there. I'm frankly stunned that you know him. So the fact that you do, I know he's a pitching prospect, so that helps. But he's an
He,
A.
he was
probably
their
read about
first
him
round
too.
pick in 2024.
Yeah, so first round pick, pitching prospect. That's why you know him.
I wrote about him with the Padres.
It's a solid return here for a
It's
rental.
a great return.
The
yeah.
Tigers did well. It just
They
I'm
just didn't do
bummed.
enough.
Well, no, it's not even that they didn't do enough. It's just that I wanted them to buy. I still think this is a good team, but I think they should have been buying relievers, remade the bullpen, and pushed. But what they did do was have a good deadline by
I'm
trading the
surprised
two
they-
big guys.
I'm surprised they didn't send Kenley anywhere. Like, you know, if you're gonna
Truthfully, who wants him though? He is
somebody.
terrible. You're
Yeah,
probably
I know.
right. We've seen a million relievers get traded, so I'm being tongue in cheek. You're right. Somebody could have taken him, but I'm not mad that
the
they did.
Diamondbacks
Ken
who need a
Rosenthal.
closer.
Zach Neto and Reed Detmers are staying with the Angels.
We knew that at this point. We felt pretty good about that.
Just want that.
I appreciate the confirmation. Thank you. Thank you.
And I got to keep the drama alive.
Oh,
Gotta keep-
I know when you said that, I'm like, I know what you're doing, and I still wasn't 100%.
yeah, you still like,
You're right. You're right. You got me enough to be like, let me. Okay, not going anywhere.
oh, well,
Yes.
And
Jack-
before
Jack
we
Flaherty.
don't quite know what else is going to come through. There might be something. There might not. We're going to find out. The Astros were really trying to get Foster Griffin and never quite got there. But
They would have to do
I
the
want to
same
say
thing.
I appreciate all of you watching right now. I've been watching this entire thing. There are a lot of different trade deadline shows. The fact that you chose us, very much appreciated. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Justin Mason, for being here. Eric Samolska also for jumping in. Josh Berry for setting this up. And of course, me and Paul Sporer. I mean, Sporer, we got to figure out when the first one was.
Yes,
This has
we
been
do.
routine now for years and years and years.
I got
it's,
your tweet,
great
Justin.
time.
No, we do have to go back and figure out in history when we first started this. Justin just sent the gift. Jack Flaherty tweeted out Will Smith when he's looking at the house when all the furniture's out of the front room when they're moving on Fresh Prince, because obviously he just lost his two best pitching buddies. Man, you know what was such a bummer? I know we're trying to leave, but like Max Clark had a really great relationship with Skubal. First off, that's kind of surprising, pitcher hitter, because they aren't always linked, but also prospect and established superstar. And Max said that he was texting him throughout the year, like always checking in on him and stuff. So it's such a bummer to lose Skubal, but I am pleased with the baseball returns that they got.
So Josh Smith to the Blue Jays already happened.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah, hours ago.
Only trade that the Rangers are doing, says Ken Rosenthal.
Okay. Well, I still can't believe Trevor Rogers. He's a rental.
I can't believe that the Rays have Tyler Wells and Taylor Walls. I'm sorry.
I
That is
know.
the thing of the deal. That is the move of the deadline. All right.
I'm even if you want to resign him, what do you say? I'm not going to resign if you trade me?
Daniel
What?
Egan, the number 5 prospect, according to MLB Pipeline for the D-backs, is the price for Lars Nootbaar.
Okay, nice little return there. Again, the rental market was hot this year. It was nice. You got actual returns this year that were vintage. This is a lot like back in the day when we were all younger, and there were the gunslinging GMs who would just trade their top 3 prospects for some rental. We don't get that anymore, which is probably for the better. But
No
I
more
like that we
Zach
got
Wheeler
some
for Carlos Beltran.
right, and that's again no Aroldis Glaber. That's probably for the better. But I like that we opened it up a little bit because the prospect hugging to me has gone entirely too far, and today we saw a little bit of loosening on that hug.
Now, I have a question. Last year, Mason Miller was dealt with JP Sears, and we saw that as, what are you doing? How could you trade away Leo Taveras? Now,
Yeah.
at this moment, how do we feel about that trade? Because Mason Miller, even though he wasn't moved to this deadline, he could be moved to in the offseason. Would he get a return like that, you think?
Yes, I think like Arias would have had to been the return, and maybe because they traded DeVries, so that they're going to be living here, and if you can't get to DeVries, then don't even call us. But I'd have to think that it would be similar.
I think that's exactly what they've told teams. I think they're eating that trade right now, knowing that DeVries is going to be up and going, hey, if we trade Mason Miller, it's got to be for the replacement for that guy we lost for him.
Yeah.
John Heyman is saying that Sandy Alcantara is saying with the Marlins, they didn't have any interest in trading their ace. Never have.
I was literally going to say never have, so I'm glad he tacked that on because it seems like they never have. We've always had interest in them trading him.
Last year, they said they had interest, but then they decided not to. They felt like he was going to return to ace form and it wasn't high enough.
Right,
So
and they could trade better.
Interest
Yes.
to sell him.
That's fair. That's a good point.
But there you are.
But
I mean, I'm taking that never have as like never have this season.
Okay. In the 2026 season because he's been
and
back.
during the trade deadline, they didn't have any interest in trading their ace. Never have.
So
this sign.
do you feel confident, and I do, by the way, but do you feel confident that they're going to pick up the 21 mil option then and keep him another year? Because
I think they're going to trade him.
Okay, so pick that up and then trade him in the winter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, gotta do that. They're not paying 21 mil.
I don't know. Peter Bendex might be, this guy's an ace. We could pay 1 year of that. You could pay an individual year of 21 mil. Like,
Yeah,
I think we've seen
general,
teams do that.
but
That's
the
like a
Marlins-
QO. No, I know. But Peter Bendex knows what he's doing. And he understands like a 1 year deal can't hurt you, even at 21
And
mil.
also then you can deal him at the deadline and blah, blah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. I don't see anything trickling. No trickling here.
There's no trickles. We shook it all out.
No more trickles. We got too many people inside everywhere. Too many insiders.
This has been quite a deadline. You know who are the big winners of this deadline?
Who?
Us?
AL and NL only leaguers.
Yeah.
Lot of interleague movement. Am I saying it right? Interleague? Yeah, because the interleague play. I'm so stupid. But yeah, a lot of interleague movement there that's going to create some really interesting bids in those AL only leagues, NL only, where those guys are coming over fresh. So hopefully you save some fab in those leagues. I don't play any NL or AL only anymore, but I bet they're going to have a fun time this week.
It looks like the Phillies made a trade at the buzzer. Seth Johnson to the A's for outfielder Colby Thomas.
Okay, that's just some depth. That's a nice little depth.
But they ran out of time shopping for one more starter or reliever, and I could not agree more. What is going on? How
we kept saying they would get an arm.
Yeah.
I thought they might be sleepers for Mize with the Dombrowski. Not that he's like linked to Harris, but the Detroit, he knows probably some people still in the Detroit front office. I thought maybe they'd get on the horn. They've made some trades before with Philly, and when we didn't see San Diego doing it, I was like, well, maybe that could be Mize's landing spot. Then San Diego came in and swooped in. But yeah, how are they going to go with Painter and Nola as a 4 or 5 right now? That's terrible.
I mean, not even that. You also have Alan Rangel as your 6.
Right. Yeah. Your next man up that's not a real person, whoever you said. I'm just kidding, Alan. You're more real than I am.
I mean, Randall,
and-
I just want to call him Sean because in The Good Place, that's who ran hell.
That's really funny. And did you guys get confused at all with this this Brian Keller guy that they have and thinking that it was Brad Keller, even though I knew that Brad Keller was hurt? Yeah, and I was like, why is Brad Keller starting for Philly? And then I realized it was this Brian Keller guy, this random 32-year-old.
Called up this week? No, the Mariners have 5.
They only cleared one spot.
Also, I believe it'd be August 17th or so. If they wait that long, then
they're going to wait
eligibility for next year.
Yeah.
Just makes too much sense not to.
Well, barring an injury.
Well, especially if there's a shortened season, we all know that like prospects got, or the prospects were up, got that extra year. So
they get a full year.
Got another late trade. Caleb Ferguson going to the Cardinals for the Reds with $250,000 in an international bonus.
I think that's 6, so that locks y'all easy
go.
For the over.
Nailed it.
They over cashed big time there.
There you go.
It might even be 7 if I'm doing my math.
Once again, I feel like every single year there are always too many. Why isn't Waka on the Phillies?
Right. Like there's too many quote unquote obvious moves, and part of that is maybe just us not knowing the inner workings. Like think about how hard it would probably be to like run multiple deals. I know the GM isn't doing every single thing. You have a team, you have people working on stuff, but yeah, we're looking up at a handful of guys here that just do not make sense that they're on their teams. With again, Waka and Lugo do have time, so maybe, but I can't get past the Trevor Rogers one. I cannot get past
Trevor Rogers to the Phillies, man.
How would that not have been a great fit? I know they got some lefties, and so we were looking at a righty for them, but that still would have worked.
I don't know.
I'm surprised. By the way, would you guys like them to bring? They're not going to, but would you like the waiver deadline to come back?
Yes.
No.
Interesting. I got a yes.
Because I think that it puts so much on this.
Yeah. It moves this. I agree.
It's actually meaningful, and
you have to have a real drop dead time, and this is it. You're right. I think this has made this better. This deadline.
One of those guys pops off every once in a while. Cody
You're
Ross
right.
Doing it in 2012.
Verlander, the very last second.
One, of course.
Yep.
You know?
Back in the day, there used to be some big ones because people would put their biggest contracts out there. So even before the Verlander and the Rosses, I'm talking like 80s, 90s, there used to be a couple big ones. I don't know if it would happen. Like, if we had it, would one of those Giants pass through or one of the Padres big dollar guys pass through? I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, but it does look like this is it for today. Sporer, your favorite trade of the deadline?
Ooh, of the deadline. Can I say a team? No, I'll just say Weaver.
Yeah, that's fine. You can say a team.
Pittsburgh. I love what Pittsburgh did.
Yeah.
Again, they didn't sit there and say we're gonna have a bunch of shots because we're a young team on the rise. Nope. Take a shot right now. So I'm going to go with them and the White Sox. The two upstarts went out, made moves. They were aggressive. They didn't forge the future at all, and they're fully in position to make some noise the rest of this year. They might fizzle out, but they put in effort. So Pittsburgh and Chicago, my two winners. White Sox.
Definitely Chicago Cubs. Yeah, you have Justin Mason. What do you got here?
I mean, I'll go the other direction on teams that have not had direction in the past. But seem to have found it
Giants
by selling the Giants and the Angels. Yep. Both teams deciding, hey, we're not going to be good. We're not going to be good for a little while. Let's get some prospects for some of these guys that don't fit our timetable. Love what both teams did.
Totally agree. Co-sign that 1,000,000,000%.
I'm thinking. Look, there's a couple ways I could look at this one. I do like that the Padres did get 2 starters.
Yes,
they needed to.
They did well. They did
right.
Well.
I mean, I don't know if necessarily Robbie Ray is going to be that guy. I don't know if Casey Mize is going to be that guy. But at least they did something where they needed to. Mm-hmm. Huge props for that. The Jays got rid of Gosman as they needed to. Right.
The range of outcomes for the Padres is massive, right? Because if those guys, they could go on the shelf in 5 minutes, or they could legit be aces, both of them.
Right. And then again, Cubs, I think, did exactly what they had to do.
Yep.
Clay Holmes and Gosman, that's beautiful. Perfect fit for them. I think it's great. Justin May to the Brewers, don't overlook that. I think that's a really good fit for them too.
Even as a May hater, I agree. That's a good move. A lot of teams did well. A lot of teams did things that, like we've said now, 6 different teams
of the deadline. Red Sox.
Yeah,
you think so? Because they overpaid.
Conley. I'm just gonna call him Conley now. And then you have that Adley deal, which could be interesting, but seems like
They
an
gave up
overpay.
so much. They gave up way too much. Yeah.
And then you
I don't
have
think so. I
what
like the Adley move.
else?
I think the lack of what else is the problem, because I really don't mind the Adley or Mead moves. Obviously, Mead getting hurt immediately, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm considering
like-
that as part of a losing part of it.
Right. So no, I can't really push back then, because yeah, that sucked losing him instantly. And Adley, again, can I throw in the block aspect though? I really think that is interesting that I think they might have blocked off the Yankees. Not that the Yankees were rumored, but they cut off one of the big catcher options from their primary rival too. So I thought there is a little extra juice on that because of that move.
I mean, man, I remember when Adley Rutschman came up and being so jealous of the Orioles. I wanted that guy.
Yep.
And now he's going to the Red Sox.
I've always been a fan.
That ain't cool. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for this.
Can I just say
deadline
one
extravaganza.
more loser in my opinion? I know I may get some heat for this one.
Oh yeah, please.
I feel like the Brewers, man, they missed an opportunity.
Chad agrees with you. Yeah.
Like the
JHMW.
Oh, nice. Okay, so the Brewers, like, they have this amazing farm system. You don't know how long your window is going to be open for, especially when you're a small market franchise. They had an opportunity to trade Logan Henderson and one of their, million prospects for Skubal. They should have done it. They should have just gone all in.
I disagree with that one. Logan Henderson is absurdly legit.
Then Sproat, then Gasser. There were avenues.
But not Logan Henderson.
I'm with you. Henderson, I'm with you for 2 months. But Pena and one of the other ones, again, they did make an offer. We know they made an offer. I don't want to say that they did nothing. But once they heard that the Dodgers were in first, then you call the Tigers and you say, what do we have to do to get back in first? Come on, man.
To go from potentially getting Skubal to getting Dustin May is just disappointing for a
Which
team.
is unfair to May, but yes, it feels like such a letdown.
It's a huge letdown considering, like, you have the best record in the National League. You are better than the Dodgers.
And you have Per Mizorowski.
Right? Like,
I'll be honest, that's better than the 1-2 punch the Dodgers would have.
You have the opportunity of a lifetime right here. And you have no idea when, what baseball is going to look like next season. And if you're going to have another opportunity like this, you need to go get Skubal and try to win a championship
and
now.
Still a bonkers farm system, even with the trade that we just outlined. Even if it was Pena, pitcher, and another lower guy, what? They're not feeling that. They're not feeling that.
Could
Too
have had
much.
it made.
Yes, they could have had it Jesus made.
Well, on that wonderful note, yes, Atlanta didn't do much, and they really should have done more. I don't know why they don't have Waka, for example. Teller Malley, that's it.
Yeah.
Right. We need more there. We've got something. What is that? What are you sending here, AJ?
Oh, that's Alex Call. That's a player. Isn't that the Dodgers player, Alex Call?
No, that's COLL, not CAL.
Oh, sorry. Bad eyes.
What
did that tweet say?
I have no idea.
I'm letting
you want me to open it?
I got it.
Okay.
Here we go. Just waiting. Okay.
May will beat Skubal in the NLCS because baseball. I could see that.
The Phillies offered Crawford and Wood for Skubal, but they did not.
Gage Wood and Justin Crawford Okay, we have to end this before I swear. Please,
that's
just end it.
I mean, that's a rumor, I imagine. And
I'm taking it as bona fide fact so I can get angry. Let me.
I will say the account that tweeted
I want the opposite for you.
It's like 4,000
I love
followers, so I don't know that I buy that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining us. Truly, Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube. This deadline was made so much better because of you inside of the comments. Appreciate it. Justin Mason, thank you so much for tuning in. Eric Smolsky also for coming on to the show. And of course, Sporer, every year. This is amazing.
8 years running, I think.
Until next year, we'll be right here. Join us everywhere. Of course, Sleeper in the Bus with these two. I will be, of course, on the corner in the craft. You know where to find me, 10 a.m. Eastern time every morning on Twitch. But that is it. So my name is Dick Pollock, and get out of here, guys. And happy trade deadline. We'll do it again next year. Bye-bye.